Show going. Welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic, the place to be on a Friday night. We have a special delight for you. Shockie G is going to be doing a feature. We have some amazing poets on the list. I'm going to go ahead and get us started off with this poem I call My Backyard. Chimeras clad in camo attire seem to tear up sheets of crystallized waves my feet do steer up. Leeching a crunch with every reach of the punch they munch away, convey the decay of my boots, incise and revise the way, just another day. Blaze of the sun come out to play, swift as a sleigh, the rays that trace my face, displace the void of pine, a line just in time to cloak the climb. Inclined to write a rhyme, to capture the backlit silhouette of a trap set to embrace my soul. Behold the spire, set in place to inspire, replace my desire with a calm fire burning in my palm. Higher learning, living long, these green giants, the living lung, twisted my tongue, assisted in spitting the shit gifted. I drift like the white coke light, snow so bright I take flight, set to enlighten minds. Frightened, don't close the blinds. All the hype is frozen in time. The ice enclosed to impose a life of going slow. Post potion emotions like oceans flow. Close your eyes so I can glow. Double my size, watch me grow. Grip in the shadows that I can throw. Soul of a crow, full blown clone of a stone. So strong I go long like King Kong. I know more than a sweet song I can show. Reach the veil, reach into hell. Preach from the swell, seek the sweetness I smell. Keep the deep shit I tell. Leaflets full of secrets I sell. Seep out of my cell. Oh well, I dwell in this place. Grace the pages I embrace, changes, exchanges of good vibes with the forest and good scribes. Tribes of trees teaching me what lies beneath the green. The skies are wise beyond you and me. I take a knee. Praise to the ones who were raised under the sun, frozen in time, waiting for the summer to come. I lean back and dream of things that will become. Mother Nature pressing further to the tune of a drum. We are all one. Thank you. And with that being said, we'll go into our round one. First one, we got Kittay, the poetic cat. Unmute yourself and bless us with your words.
Hey, so the one that I'm gonna do today is actually, it was like 3 poems written at different points in my life, but it's all relating to alcohol. So I compiled it and I kind of like the way that it flows. So I'm gonna read that. Liquid courage, steal my dreams. Liquid courage. Oh, you make me scream. I stare at my cup empty as can be. I stare and stare until my mind splits and I'm no longer me. I am the alcoholic, letting it take control over my identity, letting it consume me and my inner fears. Yet it brings them to life and makes me cry these tears of pain. Pain it takes away and brings back again the next day, more viciously, more agony for me to deal with. To hear these things that I've done, these things I couldn't control while I was lost in it all. Self-reflection for a sense of direction, lost within a storm of who I am. Who I was and who I am meant to be are two separate things. I look back on all these things that I've done and dwell on the fact that I am not who I want to be. My reflection shows a monster, the girl I am. The girl I am not. I am not that girl anymore. I no longer silence my thoughts. I don't drown out my emotions with liquid poison. I refuse to go back to that emotional prison. I refuse to drink what I used to refer to as liquid courage. I no longer view it as such. I view alcohol as a monstrosity, a temporary fix that will only create additional havoc in the end. When you black out, you're not in control. Escaping the past won't heal your aches or soothe the emotional wounds that make you feel bound. You're not trapped, though. You can free yourself from this turmoil, this mental prison you've landed yourself in. Reach out, because you never know who will take your hand and guide you to places that feel like Neverland. As a former alcoholic, I remember just how a mouthful of liquor just made my heart bitter. Angry, slurred words and smashed light bulbs on our kitchen floors, things I didn't mean to say, while the alcohol plunged my soul into decay, stealing me from loved ones, cherished moments stolen. No time to ponder, just time to get another bottle to forget about the conflicts in my present. An alcoholic is a soul that's miserable, and misery loves company, just like addiction does. Just a victim to feed off and destroy from the inside out. To anyone who is wearing my old shoes, you can fight for your life and never win, or you can wake the fuck up before real danger steps in. This message is for the ones who relate and understand. It's not applicable to all, but don't ignore my words, because you never know how life works out. I never thought I'd be an alcoholic either. It doesn't mean you will also be one. I'm simply urging you to use caution and to reach out for help if you feel you need it. Mic drop.
Ooh, Kittay, that was so dope, man. Diane, you are right. That is a powerful, honest piece that needs to be shared.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I
I'm
myself
planning
have
on
struggled with
doing that.
alcoholism, and that touched me in a way, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can honestly relate to something like that. But the next time that I do a poetry slam, I was already thinking about doing that piece.
Do
So,
that. That's
yeah.
a powerful piece.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
everyone, especially if you're doing it at a bar or a cafe that serves alcohol, like everyone there will.
Oh, I have one on drinking and driving too.
Oh,
I
excellent.
so I thought about doing that too. I'm like, yo, I'm surrounded by alcoholics. I don't know if I want to read them.
Yeah,
They're gonna give me like zeros.
right. Thank you so much, Kate. Yeah, we hope you can stick around and at least listen to more. And if you're still around for round two, we'd love to hear it. But coming up next, we've got Vayl Larkin. So if you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, we would appreciate it so much. And congratulations, by the way, on the electric wheelchair coming in. So excited. And welcome,
Thank
CP
you.
Mays.
I'm gonna copy and paste some links real quick because I am shilling for my play, which opens next weekend
Yes.
and will be live streamed. And if you go to the ticket link, and you are unable to afford a ticket, either in person or live stream, contact the email address there and you will be told about the options for a free live performance and a free live stream performance for people with financial need.
Less, because I want to see her show, but like we're barely keeping food on the table right now, so.
Well, then email the email. Lantern, it's live streamed online. You can watch it anywhere in the world. Okay, I'm gonna read a couple poems. Trigger warning for this one, it's about abortion. Abortion list. A curette. A suction wand. 2 pills taken hours apart. But this part's wrong. It's all gone now, and we must go on. A coat hanger. A knitting needle. A button hook. Oh no, we're out of button hooks nowadays. There's another one down. Methotrexate. Methamphetamine. Crack cocaine taken in large enough quantities. Donquai. Anyalica. Fistfuls of tansy leaf, enough to save a life, but not enough to take two. A punch to the stomach, A fall down the stairs, rough horseback riding, Plan B in quantity, an entire pack of birth control pills, an entire pack of razors, enough to take two, because one won't be enough for them, can't sate their hunger for fresh flesh from fettered, can't break their bonds, can't release their grip on her, can't unclench their fists from around that speck of cells, can't escape them, or this, or it, any other way. And I'm gonna read a second one that I thought I put in my prompter and now it's not there. So I'm gonna read a second one that I wasn't planning on. Give me just a second. Okay. These two were written in the same half-hour period on Monday. Sometimes you get all the ideas at once. My body time machine. My body time machine grabs me back again by the nose this time. So sweet, so sharp, so filling up with sinus space and exploding in my brain like firework flowers. Like the moment you first kissed me beneath the blossoms on the wall. And now that spring seizes and stretches them down and down again, their scent unleashes Saturn, and I am pulled back to your embrace. My body time machine is slicing through the years like surf, riding their ripples. My body time machine is swimming up, up, and over again to see the farthest peaks of the past, count the bubbles in their foam, and feel again your body, firm fleshed and giving skin. The tickle and press of your chest on mine, and how we elide, flowing together, our liquid affinity for sharing our space. My body time machine makes eons light, but massive moments, so heavy they pull years into their paths, call to us siren sweet, and we sweep around again to meet them. Gracious greeting, then their overwhelming presence in the present like past was nothing. A rumor of distance, where there is only unity, you and me and our orbits intertwined, and I meet you here and now in the instant of our being together, and I meet you then for the first time, and I find your arms around me always. Thank you. See my play. It'll be good, hopefully.
Oh, we know it's gonna be
Oh,
good.
wow. Damn, that was so powerful.
Oh,
Can
and
you
for
read?
people who don't know, my play is actually started life as a poetry cycle. All of the text in it is poetry.
It's so cool, man.
That's so beautiful.
I love that you showed us that little behind the scenes the other day. That was cool.
Oh yeah, I've got even more now. It's so cool to see them.
It's so awesome. How cool is that seeing your poetry, seeing your words, and these actors like take them on and live it? Like that's a poet's dream right there. Like that's so amazing. I do have one request. I missed the line completely. I can't remember. It was something about liquid, the way our, yeah, our the liquid infinity of our bodies combining or something like. Can you reread that line? Because that was just beautiful.
Yeah, give me just a second. I actually need to restart my computer after this because it is bugging me to update. I apologize in advance. I'll be back as soon as I can. It is, and how we allied, flowing together, our liquid affinity for sharing our space.
Love it. Love it. So good, Bill. And yeah, I'm so excited to see your play. Um, if you guys are out in the area, I'd recommend go seeing it live for all of us who can't. Like stream it, follow that link. Like yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So let's keep this thing rolling. Coming up next, we have Miss Diane Ward. If you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, we would appreciate it very much.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Having sound issues here, but all right. I am going to read two pieces. One is mine, one is someone else. You know, I like to introduce you to other poets, other creatives. Maybe someone you already know, but then, reminding you of these individuals, these wonderful creatives, is never wasted. So, Avacha, who is a jazz musician and a poet. Maybe you can't see the book, but her latest book is called With Every Step I Take Two. She's a fantastic jazz musician out of California. She's a fantastic poet. If you have an opportunity to hear her, please. It is a fantastic book. And I'm going to read one short piece she wrote, In the Garden of Ecstasy. Ecstasy is a forest of guitars, dancing through rainbows with nights full of typewriters and days that taste like pina. Ecstasy is an ocean of clarinets playing jazz and street music, Harlem mambo music, a rainbow of music, a shower of flute songs whose only meaningful job is purifying the path to ecstasy. That's Avacha. I will put the information in the chat. Every page is a gem. It's a thick book. It's worth it. She talks about how she was inspired since childhood with all the jazz greats. And so there are names in here. If you don't know them, I know a few I got to look up myself, but I think you'll find this a gem. I really do. The piece I'm going to read that I wrote is in the new book that we just put out, Marissa Prada, Red and Green Books. We have an anthology called American Graveyard, and it is a call to end gun violence. So you have individuals in here that have given their take on how we want to wake people up, which includes senators and a lot of other people that are going to get copies of the book. The piece I wrote is called Shivers. I'm confined. I feel prejudiced against. I feel used. I feel mislabeled. I am mortified. I feel as if I haven't a voice or a say in some of the actions I am forced to perpetuate. There are those like me who look like me who feel misjudged. Our voices, our thoughts, with spokespersons who never asked us our opinion or side of these issues. Why? Because we are only a tool, an object, color hardened by design. You'll use me and I'll cry. You'll die and I won't cry. Well, maybe, selfishly. I am despised, propelled against my will. My targets, I hear, sigh. I cannot deny how much pain and suffering I inflict. I am sickened that I even exist. I can only move when attended. I rely upon others for everything I do. My grooming, where I go, who I interface with, my actions are scripted. I have supportive advocates. I am revered and worshipped. I am international. I had humble beginnings, as with most of our shared histories. I can be hoard for trouble and pretend I'm for peace. Sometimes I amuse myself into believing that I keep harmony and provide an equal footing through the violence I am capable of inflicting as a last resort. In full disclosure, however, sometimes I'm the inciter, initiator, the taunter, the elicitor, the darer, the causer, the promoter. Humbled by your need for me, I, as I stated, can only move when attended. I never act alone. I rely upon others for every move I make. I am channeled into a tunnel whose daylight, nightlight starts with a click, stages into a whistling breeze, then dulls upon impact. An impact I never know ahead of time, slowing me down. An impact I did not choose. An impact I supplemented without choice because I have no say in my use. I conform without a will of my own. To some, I am attractive in my sleek design, upgrades, ability to devastate you. My presence is unforgettable. I leave marks, leave cavernous spaces. I am not heroic silver. However, as every bullet knows, we cause shivers. Thank you.
Yo, everyone, if you can unmute yourself and give it up for the beautiful, the wonderful Diane Ward.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shivers indeed.
beautiful.
Shivers indeed.
Always such a pleasure to hear your voice. Even if she's reading someone else's poems, um, I love how she introduces us to new poetry, and I haven't heard them read it, but like, so I can't really say this for sure, but I think Diane might have read it better. I don't know, I just her voice is so magical that like,
So
in my
true.
mind, she read it better.
Better copyright that voice before Open Mind steals it. Better copyright that voice.
I might have to send you a poem for you to read for me. I would love that. I would
Okay,
love that.
I will.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Thank you
Wait a
so
minute, wait a
much,
minute.
Diane.
Can
And
we
then you
have a
better charge him.
feature?
You better charge him.
Can we have a feature where it's just Diane reading other people's poems? That
Oh,
would be
wow.
so beautiful. Oh
Could
my
you
God, that'd be
imagine
amazing.
like just an hour
Or
and a
her
half,
and
2 hours of
Unmesh,
her?
like her and
Yeah.
Unmesh reading
Oh,
everyone else's poetry. That would be the
Prop,
most
you calling
amazing
me
thing.
out on it. Hey, we got some features booked up till like May or so, but coming up, I'm gonna talk to you, Diane. We're gonna see what we can do. And we would just absolutely love if we could sit here for like an hour, hour and a half and just hear you just read all of our poetry in a way that we've never could conceive to read it. That would be absolutely beautiful. Oh, thank you so much for blessing us with your
You does an
words and that
awesome
voice.
job with minds.
Yes, yes, definitely. All right. So, yeah, let's keep this thing going from one amazing poet to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. We just got one stop, one after another coming up. Fresh out of Germany off a spiritual retreat. He has been enlightened once more. He came back hitting the poetry hard. He may have some new stuff for us. The lantern carrier himself.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my friends, family. Do not weep, O soul divine. The depth of your beauty is like an ocean vast compared to your river of copious tears. Many fears are born out of desire and expectations, playing themselves out like a Shakespearean tragedy. Yet you're an immortal light, far greater than the radiance of the sun. Whatever is happening happens for a reason. And while this may not be consciously obvious, experiences are for the ascension of the soul. Gray clouds sometimes blanket the heavens, yet when they evaporate, the indigo sky peeps through. Sunset follows the sunrise, heralding darkness. Yet even as its gray shroud covers the night, the shooting stars blanket the blackness with an illumining light. Dawn stirs in the light of love, preparing like sleep to revitalize its soul so they can blossom anew, to go forth into life with new challenges. I am a vibrant firefly, moving forward to ascend a greater light. I have left behind me the red threads of remorse. Now my path is paved with the light of tomorrows, glowing in the sacrament of the here and now. I am enamored of love's crystal clear gaze, an enduring beauty, a redeeming flame in my mesh of cobwebs. It allows me to see the beauty of the horizon, to watch sunset glows again. Life's vicissitudes are rather like pendulums, swinging up with mundane happiness, down with ephemeral shadows. Yet there is no good or evil, just experiences. Love's in the dark as well as the light, hides in thorns just as it smiles in roses. When the illumined mind severs the chains of separation, we see only one essence projecting from the sweet void of emptiness into a cosmic creation of sacred fullness. Despite all its seeming strife, its insurmountable struggles, it is still a beautiful dream of love. We are all sparks of the eternal, dreaming our own songs. We offer in our own unique ways, have a right to be here. Yet we cannot move faster than grace. Silence is our supernal birthright, and as such will manifest itself at the appointed hour. God's speed. I have one more. The agony of loving. Waiting for your arrival, my heart prostrated daily in your meadow of love. The flowers in harmonious oneness with my longing had created a gateway of magical garlands so I could peep through. The sad chords of a lamenting agony played the lute in my soul. Nurturing my patience was not without trials, and the inner agony was more difficult than outer pain. Yet I knew your ability to elevate my spirit was beyond sublime, and I waited, not expecting anything from you, but love itself. I am a rolling stream flowing towards the ocean in search of you, my beloved. I pick up beautiful crystals along the way to enhance my glow. Only in your presence can my breath flow freely. As such, I'm beside myself with yearning. My soul gleams with the utmost clarity, but sometimes in the agony of my despair, the inner passions become confused, and I dare not brood over the prospect of losing you. May the light that brought us here remains, even after the moon wanes and the stars repose from their dazzling dancing through the night. You are the embodiment of my dreams, and even in an arid desert, I know that you'll wait in an oasis of living water to quench my thirst. With every breath and action of mine, I have lived this life with an agony of intensity, hoping always to see thy cute cheeks. Thankfully, destiny brought us back together, reignited my ancient longing, revived by a firm and unyielding faith in the miraculous. You are the sun, and I am your horizon. You are my lover, and I am your flower, blending into the reflections of each other's luminance. I need to look at you endlessly, hoping that the word parting will never come into existence. I wish to embrace you at every moment, to kiss and be kissed by you, an enchanting thrill running through me like my life's blood, feeding me with oxygen, the pranic life force that it is. I once lived in a sea of golden rain, basking in the ocean of my own light. Now that I can recall this sweetness, I have no desire to lose you again. You are my meadow of truth, blue for immensity and vastness, red for the very splendid vista of roses unfurling whenever you call my name. My loneliness was boundless, and my skin dripped with the tears of an inner hunger for a glance of thy gaze. Now the stains of my sorrows have dissipated, and the ridges of doubt that once had me wandering from dawn to dusk have vanished. You have accepted me with my ocean of shadows, offering me your all with the bewilderment of thy kiss. My luster of beauty has been rekindled, even though the physical is disfigured by a mirror of scars. Now I ascend, not like Icarus who flew too close to the sun, but the soaring phoenix immortal in the sweet realm of the unknowable. Mountain Carrier, thank you.
Wow, truly a blessing. Thank you so much, brother. If
That was
everyone could unmute
amazing.
themselves.
Yeah,
Thank
Lantern
you.
Love
Carrier.
you,
So
Lantern.
good,
Yeah.
Lantern Carrier.
Thank
I
you.
love the imagery.
Yes,
Thank you.
great.
Thank you.
Mm,
Thank you, guys.
That was just absolutely amazing. Yeah, we're gonna keep this thing rolling. So after Lantern Carrier, um, we have the Magus, Gustav, Sallas, who will be doing another feature May 5th. It's May 5th, the Magus Day. So y'all look forward to that. May 5th, Magus. So yeah. If you go ahead and unmute yourself and bless us with your words, brother, we'd appreciate it.
Okay, everyone, good to see you. Thank you, Thomas, for holding the space. Love open minds. Love you guys. This is not what I was planning to do. Hold, please, while I get my shit together. This is called radical self-expression. Walk in the turbulence of Finnegan's wake while hypermaterialism's foundations shake. Wormholes riddle the holographic universe at in Arcadia ego as revealed in verse. Logos, codons are DNA inspired in flesh-born form, no longer mired. Noon blue apples find the holy grail. Star-born progeny cannot fail. The truths in our designer genes. If you know what all this means, come home to Black Rock City's conflagration, a burning man, our initiation into the cult of infinite imagination, recapitulating the spark of all creation. 'Tis true that as above, so below, like beacon, watch, we are all stars, just watch us glow, like beacons through man's twilight. Amidst the chaos lies our delight. The kingdom of heaven is in our hearts. Our souls are mapped on galactic charts. So let's get down and astronauty. It's time to shit or get off the potty. We'll teach old dogs some new tantrics. The dream spell so clearly predicts Quetzalcoatl's to return, their world destroyed. We see what appears as void and drink from it the elixir of immortality to evolve the one from the duality, to realize the monism of our Trinity, no longer denying our own divinity, achieve the alchemical self immortal, one giant leap through the galactic portal, a future memory of what we have always been, angels of light, free of all sin. Thank you.
Hey, that was amazing.
Unmute yourself and give it up for the Magus.
Open the minds. Love it.
Crazy word. Your wordplay is so subtle, dude, but like it has so much balls in it. Like it's awesome. May 5th, right?
That means
Yep.
the word coming from
May
you.
5th,
Steve.
Magus. May 5th, Magus. Yeah, dude. Thanks, man.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
That was my mom, by the way. My
Cheers,
mom loves
wow.
you too. Awesome. All right. So yeah, we've heard some amazing poetry and stuff. I know this person's done poetry before with us, but normally She likes to sit back and make us all laugh. So if we get a little comedic relief, I like everyone to unmute yourselves because comedians need that constant feedback. If we're all sitting here on mute and she needs to know the jokes are landing. So unmute yourself,
Need them
laugh,
giggly bit.
yeah, and let's give it up for Tori B.
Yeah, Tori.
Hey.
Hey everybody, it has been a pretty little minute since I've been here. So I always like to just start by saying thank you for this space. It's phenomenal, and I'm just always so impressed by the poems. I'm like, I have this, I'm referring to my phone right now, and it's called Yokes and Yikes. I'm a professional spinster, funny bitches never die, FBND for short. You know, I think that a prerequisite for living your dreams is having a dream. And I'm just trying to keep that alive every single day. I am a stay-at-home mom with no kids. So it's a pretty sweet life. I don't know if you guys have heard of this thing that people are doing, intermittent fasting. If you've heard of it, I don't know, but to me it just seems like microdosing and eating disorder.
Yeah.
You might want to check on that. Like, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, fed is best. That is where I'm at. So I do comedy, and this is a nice and welcoming space, but there's a lot of unfriendly spaces, especially for female comics. And male comics, they always love to come up to me and be like, imagine there's a person here. Yeah, slap me on the back. That's right, Tina Fey. You go get him, Tina Fey. And I think I realized that it's not because my comedy mirrors Tina Fey. It's just that they don't know any other women comics. The glasses don't help. But seriously, there are so many fantastic women comics that you can check out. Tig Notaro, Maria Bamford, I'm listing them off. Atsuko Okatsuka, they are changing the game right
Tig
now in this
Notaro, my
present
wife and I
moment.
just watched.
Yes, Tig
Amazing.
Notaro is hilarious. And one day I hope that I'll just be recognized as Tori B.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting for that Netflix special.
One day. I think a LinkedIn for sex workers would be called Kinkton.
Nice.
I personally do a lot of therapy, physical therapy, mental health therapy, sleep apnea therapy, and none of these things make me a better person. I'm still just an asshole. Just an asshole. So the marriage industrial complex. I was watching this movie, 27 Dresses, about this woman who is a bridesmaid 27 times before meeting the person that she's going to marry. And there's this like quote in like sort of the peak scene of the movie that says, "Fighting with you is the best thing." And I flashed back to all of my abusive relationships and was like, fighting was never the best thing. Like, that has to be abolished from our communal thinking, and like pop culture is just like making it out to be that like getting drunk in a bar and fighting is somehow love. Every time a couple gets engaged, I mourn and grieve for the two single people that are choosing to exit the hoe phase. So let me see, hold on a second. Too many. Okay, I have another minute. I won't bore you guys
all the new
too
material,
much
by the
longer.
way. Keep it going. We're loving it.
Okay, good. None of this is good. So one of the things I love about you guys is that you're so calculated. So I did try to write some poetry, and I will bring it a different day. But it's just, it's so impressive, the work that goes into these poems that you guys come up with. So I fucked up something more sacred than my virginity. I fucked up my credit score. My car got repossessed at an open mic, and this comedian Del Harrison, who's a funny as hell woman comic, to circle it back to that bit earlier. She told a joke. She got on stage and she was like, she put her bag down on the stage and says, "Does anybody else in this room bring everything from their car with them because they know it's about to get repossessed?" And I died laughing. I was like, oh my God, yes, I hear you. Yes. I shit you not, guys. 15 minutes go by and then an usher comes in from outside of the open mic. I can't even make this up. And he goes, a black Nissan is being towed. Anybody with a black Nissan? And I just sunk my little ass down in the seat, watched the rest of the show. I knew it was me. I knew it was coming. My uncle was a repo man. I knew what it was. You know, you don't make those payments. They come fast. And they found me. And so I went up to Dell after the show and I said, Dell, your joke hit me. That car that was towed in the middle of the open mic, that was my car.
Wow.
And she gave me a lift home that night.
Did you have all your stuff from the car?
I of course did.
Okay.
I had packed snacks for the open mic, because I'm somebody that, like, again with the intermittent fasting, like I need to be eating all of the time, like in order to stay upright. Just like eating and consuming electrolytes is like what keeps me good. I had a whole other thing. I'm a stay-at-home mom with no kids. Yeah, we said that already. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. Thank you all. You've been an amazing audience tonight. You always are.
Give it up for Tori B.
Thank you guys.
Look forward to that Netflix special soon, man. She is one of the funniest people I know. Oh, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Tori. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I can't stop smiling. I love when
Thank
you
you
come
guys.
through and you know, because some of these poems sometimes can get a little deep, a little, you know, down, and like just having that, like my cheeks hurt right now from smiling and laughing so hard. Like I just love when you come through and share that joy and that laughter with us and ground us all again in humility and humor. And yeah, we appreciate you. We love you here at Open Minds. You've been a staple for a long time, and thank you. Keep doing your thing, man. You fucking crushing it. Yeah. And did you get your car back? Oh.
But at least I wasn't living in it anymore. I had at least gotten an apartment, so like the car was no longer my home. Yeah, it was real dicey there for a minute, like lining all that shit up. But like I was lucky to have a home for Dell to bring me home to.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
can you take me
otherwise I
home?
would have been like,
Yes,
Dell,
the
where are you sleeping
impound
tonight?
lot. Yeah, like
Tori, I was a television comedy writer. I'm going to give you a suggestion for your repo. I would suggest you add a segment about you being in love with the repo person and you can't get them to come see you, so you don't pay for your car payment.
Oh,
I like
loving
that,
it.
Robert.
Loving it. Great advice, Robert. Yes, love it. Work that in there, Tori. Oh, that would be great. All right, so yeah, we're gonna keep things going. We're gonna go from laughter to some of the most visceral, like I don't even know how to just how do you describe this? Nemo Sum.
Nemo.
If you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, brother, we'd appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, and very excited to hear the feature Shockie tonight. I have a micro triptych, which is 3 thematically connected micro poems. Sometimes I see lights flickering on the horizon, other souls navigating these dark waters, but my signal box is empty. Its flares spent long ago. Out there is safety, life, and warmth, but they don't know where to find me. All I can do is sit and listen to the gentle click, click, click of the rope against the side of the boat. when my mind is fucked and my wife has to send a perfect stranger to pick me up from riding the lightning. I'm sitting in my wheelie chair, and all I can see are the muscles standing out on this man's arm. And I know it's only a matter of time before I vomit on someone. And that's when I realize that I'm crossing over from the bad place to the good place, because that's what they said would be there on the other side of the lightning. And of course, it's going to burn, because that's what lightning does when it purifies. My bad brain is getting better, because that's what it's supposed to do when it rides the lightning. Come with me. I can show you how to find the light. Happiness awaits, and it's just this way. But first, it looks like you could use a hug. Oh, and I brought a stick of dynamite. Where's that boulder? Thank you.
Who, everybody, unmute yourself and give it up for Nemo Sum.
Yes.
Riding that lightning. Oh.
Woo!
I brought a stick of dynamite. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that was so dope, man. All right. So coming up next on the list, we've got Robert Fleming. Do you need the share screen feature, my good sir?
That would be great.
Yeah, here we go. It should
Thank
be
you.
available to you now. And yeah, let's give it up for
Thank
Robert
you.
Fleming.
Good evening. I'm Robert Fleming, a writer and graphic artist from Delaware. I'm currently preparing a submission for César magazine on Mirror. And this was my my first piece on the screen. It's called 7 Years of Luck. And I just took a number of images of broken mirrors and tried to make a human form with them. This is my next one. It's called The Moon from White to Black to White. So the moon is making my mirror. And then this is a visual with text on it. Before mirrors, all humans were ugly. The object of desire is only beautiful when a mirror reflects. Thank you. I'll share the other three next time. And I wanted to share that I just found out this evening that for the Delaware Press Communication Contest in the category of poetry, that 2 of my submissions were selected as honorable mentions.
Excellent. Congratulations. Let's unmute and
Thank
give it up
you.
for Robert Fleming.
Congrats.
Right on, Robert.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent. All right. So coming up next, we have probably the most amazing poet that I've heard. A good friend of mine, someone we all love, CP Mays. If you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, brother, we'd much appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back. Like I'll be like missing Fridays, and it's I don't know. I'll just say this. In the Southern Fraud regional community, it's just like the biggest poetry regional competition in the States. We personally just lost a poet. And it's weird because we've been losing poets like every year, so it's crazy. So I say that to say this, like our small, very intimate family that's growing to the point where every Wednesday is like a family reunion where you get to see your distant cousins. Shout out, Mattie. Like you get to see like all these people you haven't seen in a while, like really appreciate it. Like, cause you don't know like when it's gone. So like, I love all of y'all. Like, get to see the comedian back. What is it? For all the ones who giving up being a hoe. Like gorgeous, I love it. Here's a poem dedicated to my brother, Mania Rosen. Shotgun shells, root canals, shot glasses, pulled wisdom teeth, flossing with another fifth of Jack Daniels, forged, formed, fitted, and fashioned from mortar, immortal blood brothers. My fellow stanza sorcerer, you have a howling howitzer for a heart. Me, a missing in action cement mixture of shell shock therapy for a mouth. Both be us, a couple of concrete kids in the cathedral golf clapping at fleeting blessings, brother. We both better best be on time before our boatsmen start stressing over our reserve seats sitting in Dante Inferno's VIP sections, river Styx, gasoline, saliva, spit, using matchsticks for toothpicks, purgatory, a nuisance, 6 cents, senses loose, nooses, broken promises promised us, Bible belts were built to buckle mania. I'm a detrimental case, even though you're a goddamn gorgeous graveyard plot, fuck looking glasses when my glasses first name is shot. When you're pissed off as pissed off, you can catch me counting fingers, crunching figures, figurating what your figurative language hasn't figured out. Your tripwire brain's a hell of a helter-skelter, a hell of a bomb shelter, a hell of a kill 'em all and let God sort 'em out. Rage against the dying of that light houses a bunch of braggadocious busted light bulbs and broken glass bastards. Brother, oh my brother, my wrist or a flight risk. My pulse is playing Jeopardy with Jesus. My sanity is in danger. I'm a half-lit back alleyway illegal abortion hanger. Sometimes my brother's editor's complex is an apartment complex of God complexes, and I love you for that. My brother's cruel intentions or cruel attention, all shoppers. On his aisle 2 eyes, you can find what heartbreak left behind. Find on aisle 5, munchkins eating scrambled eggs off his brain fries. Aisle 6, knives. Aisle 7, are restocking for a while. On the 9th aisle, we need the price check on sales prices on denial. In the frozen food section, feel free to sample cold shoulders, silent treatments, reality disconnections, crooked shy smile, and thank you for soul shopping at humility's loose tooth. My brother's a goddamn right. I refuse to bow out gracefully. My brother's a razor-born rebirth solar flare, razor burn, an abandoned kid, grenade at a rifle range, refusing to look for his mama like, fuck it, I'll eventually find him. My brother's a crowbar, a makeshift shank, a street soldier's hustle saved me sermon. This is just a rough draft dedication cover letter to you, brother. To dear demons, why quit now? Try harder. I know you can do better. Come after us. Brothers in asphalt, forged from forever. We are a bunch of outlaws. And I love us for that. Thank y'all.
Yeah, unmute and give it up for CP, man.
As always, force of nature.
Awesome.
The crazy part about my brother, 6 foot something white cat, I'll empty out the bank account for this dude. He's so raw, y'all. He changed his first name to Mania. Like his legal first name is Mania now. Like I gotta love it. Like I gotta love poets and their angst. But thank y'all.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Thank you for sharing that, his energy and his spirit with us, man. Like, mania. Bet, bro, bet. All right, so we're gonna keep this thing moving. Coming up next, straight out of, it looks like she's back in Hawaii again.
I am still here.
Y'all still in Hawaii, in the
I
most
am
beautiful
still
place on
here.
earth. One of the dopest poets that
Here.
I've ever got to know. Yeah, Mattie, aka Baby. If you could bless us with some words, we'd appreciate it.
Hi. There's certain people here I'm so happy to see, and I've not been doing poetry for a long time. And I'm here. I'm here. I'm so happy to be here. Okay. I wrote this morning, and I don't know what to say about it except to say it. It's called I Know How to Take Up Space Like a Woman. My brother took my piggy bank, pink, pretty piglet, 24 bucks and change, hungry, and he smashed it. Because he needed a beehive, and my rainy day fun was the closest thing to Yellow Jacket sting that stays with you even after it's gone. And I kept count. I stay handwriting records of what I've lost, and stubbed toes and anemia bruises. My teacher took the knife from my backpack. Appetites I've misplaced, hospital records for splinters and paper cuts. I chop up chum with the bar boys and sell a handful of myself to the first person who smiles at me when I walk in the room, even if they are a weapon, even if they say so. My body is a run-on sentence child, running its mouth to mom and dad about what playground accident made the monkey bars into a new fear of heights. My desk drawer took the poem I wrote. I can't find it. It's about waking up without the shame. My shame took the knife and marked my skin. My skin took a fist and called it lover. My lover took a handful of my belly and cooked it for his friends. My belly button used to feed blood, and I grew up on accident despite them cutting it. The anoxia cord wrapped around my neck for 27 years, nightstand, ankle to the vine, wrapped my body, took the sunshine and made me green, queasy. My father took my feet and tucked them. My mother bound them shrink to shrunk. So I talk small now like eggshells. I eat boys who worship silent women. My footsteps took the long way to the midnight snack because I could do it quiet. I pray my gut will talk back to me one day. I pray ugly to buckle me in and wrap my teeth in words that can cut and come again and come to my aid like the instinct to puke at the sight of death instead of just threaten it. My mother takes the victory lap. My mouth fills with spit, and still I can't make good on promise or fighting back in the form of poison venom. My bed frame took my neck and the blood in it. My snooze button ate the job offer. My innocent put her lingerie on and cried, and then took a drink, and then professed a taste for salt water. I have a 10-foot tongue rolled up like Walmart receipts. I beg the polyglots to have a look at my language, find a way to save on me, cook a kitchen full of mess, and then I put the food in the Tupperware. I'll eat later. I get full on salt and sugar, and I say I'm not starving. For religion, I take a drink. I make the house clean, but the rain check the shower and the toothbrush cleans the toilet. I stuff my body into the ice box, and what happened to me is preserved for the next year's leftovers, or they rot for the morning. It's a matter of whether or not you leave the door open. It's a matter of how many lights you leave on. My father took the kitchen sink. My mother took the colored girl. College took the good years. Pacifier took the sock drawer and called it, "You're too old to need comfort like this. You're grown now. Wake up and work." Phone bill took my rent money. Highway patrol took my commute. I was calling for help from the boys in the back, but they've been laughing since pocket change left the tinnitus feedback on the mic, complaining about all the noise I make. I stopped talking before I even started. When my tits filled in the possibility of a boyhood marked by chest beating drywall holes, raging on the bottle and drowning in what could have cracked up laughing in my sternum. My chest took the chance of androgyny. My hips took safety and bellowed woman. All the dogs can smell me out. Find the farm, find the grow green girl thumb, find the razor fence and jump it for a piggy bank. Don't matter how much I saved up. Don't matter what parts of myself I caught back and stuffed into the bank in the dark. I don't know how they find me. My tongue took the words, said a prayer, Beg the sun, stop making me honey sweet pollen. Stop making me sunny bee. Stop the fruit from ripening. Stop coming to make me beautiful. Stop making me an open book to rip the pages from. Send me a black night where I can take back my eyes. Post up in the trees, silent, good, hunt down all the things that take and take and take. I know how to take up space like a woman. Take up air like a black hole. Name me before I die. Cut the feminine off my body if it means they can't kill me anymore. Call me boy. Call me a boy who takes up space and spits and doesn't have to threaten with dry heaves, just pukes and spoils and warns a blast radius with a tenor bellow voice, sings, and people listen.
Yo, Mattie, welcome back. We missed you, and you wrote that this
Yeah, we
morning.
missed you. Oh my
Everyone,
God.
unmute and give it up for Mattie, aka
Nice
Baby,
joke,
baby,
Mattie.
baby.
Yes. Yeah.
The volcano.
Ears.
You probably wrote that in 5 minutes, didn't you? I know you.
It just flew right out of her, man. I don't know how her pen kept up. The pen just took off, launched from her hand, and just wrote that. Like, yeah, we appreciate you and love you, and we're so happy to see you again. So happy to see you doing well in such a beautiful place. And thank you so much for yeah, blessing us with that. That was a very dope, powerful piece. We gonna keep this thing rolling. Another person we ain't seen in a while, you know, Mama and all this got things going on, I'm sure. But Kristi Skribbles, if you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, we would appreciate it. We missed you.
Hello, yes. Yeah, you know, things I kind of, what do I call it? I call it nesting when I get down and I pull in and away from everything. So yeah, I'm just glad to have this community and to be back. And yeah, here we go. These are a couple of short pieces that I wrote in a workshop by Maureen Medina, the 7 Deadly Sins. She wanted us to turn them into our power and write spells. So I'm going to do a couple. This one is anger. Anger. I sit inside my meat suit and feel nothing. I sit inside my meat suit and feel nothing. Feel nothing, feel nothing, feel everything, feel nothing. What's there? What's there? It's there. It's there. Wanting out out of me, out of me. I am it. It is I. I am it. It is I. Can it help? It can help. The anger is there. The anger is here. The numbing of it makes it nervous, makes it sad, makes it angry. I am angry. Am I angry? I am angry. Am I angry? Must push through it. Must push because of it. Must allow process. Must allow release. Must allow forward motion. Must allow revolution. Must use in creation. Through anger. Through anger. My anger. My anger is my power. Is my power. My anger is my power. My anger is my power. And then I'm going to do the sloth one. Okay. Sloth. I sloth myself in the name of my ancestors, in the name of Blanche and Icy, and all the blood that runs within me. I refuse to see what they see, what they want me to see, what they need me to see. That the self-care of me is the lazy me, is the selfish me, is the sloth in me. I am here to declare that the sloth in me is here to set me free of the binding of patriarchy and the binding of the rich and the must work for food, must work for water, but it won't be clean and it won't be healthy, just enough to get you by. just enough to close my eyes to the systems of oppression we all live within. So here tonight, I sit in a grin, in the sloth-like creature that I am today. And today I will play and sing and laugh and eat and sloth. I am the sloth, and the sloth is me. Thank you. That's all. Fucking be sloth now.
Yo, everybody unmute yourself and give it up for Kristi Skribbles.
Scribbles.
Amazing work as always. We're so glad to see you back. And yes, sometimes we do gotta do that, just kind of hold up, and just tend to ourselves for a bit before we can come back. And we're so glad to see you back and with such powerful pieces too, like amazing. Yeah, so let's keep this thing going. Some of us know him as the professor, so some of us know him as propaganda poet, Bear Wolf, Oboloso. If you know him, go ahead and shout it out from the rooftops. Everybody give it up for Bear Wolf.
Hey.
What's going on, y'all? I'm excited to see Shockie's feature. I'm really excited for that. So, and it's awesome to see y'all again. I'm just gonna jump into it. National Poetry Month and all that. So I'm gonna 30-30 you. I'm gonna be that guy. And then I'm gonna do a cover poem. So I got a bunch of micros and minis. This is a haiku. Ode to the second. Upshot the buckshot, children dying for our sins. We reserve this right. This is not a haiku, but it's equally short. Great expectations. Grains of the same idea upon every time we start leads us to the nowheres that pull it all apart. This is called invasive species. Just look around. It's obvious what doesn't belong here. Feeding the fury will grow nothing but false fear. Longing for something better should not grow this divide, unless, of course, there is even more to hide. How can one species claim to reign as supreme when so many are unwilling to even come clean? Marching endlessly, the beatings shall continue, these war drums, believing they will be the rulers when kingdom comes. When Mother awakens, we shall see who's truly forsaken. And then one more. This is the title of this poem is A Slow Boiling Frog. Here's your invitation to stagnation. May you take it all too far. I wish you all the best of luck when you wish upon these stars. I wish you may, I wish you might. I wish you all the best while you crawl around this cesspool ground, playing from the vest. Someday, looking up may not be such a chore. Standing up to chopping blocks, we will take no more. And then a short little cover poem by the amazing Talam Acey, who changed my life when I saw his poetry. What if this is God's work? What if real poets walked the earth and lived lives fit for a prophet's verse, spreading ancient wisdom like the Coptic Church, and those who know what they're hearing know that they're hearing something special? And perhaps eventually a poet will be sitting here just to bless you, test you in this world of lies. And if you feel your eyes cry, that's because they recognize that what they're seeing is the truth. And those chills up and down your spine will be absolute proof that in this now, where politicians and clergy have proven themselves unworthy of your time, and television shows and music videos have proven themselves unworthy of your mind, don't be surprised to find God is especially present in poetry dens, guiding poets' pens, and not just those men who pretend to be closer to God than you by making you ashamed of your sins when the lives they've lived may not have been what God intends for your salvation. What if this is God's work? What if the Creator realizes that the creation is imperfect, but only wishes for us to worship sincerely, to not be hypocrites, but to really be concerned about our fellow man, to stand up for injustices falsely perpetuated in God's name across the land? What if this is God's work? What if we poets are closer to Muhammad, Buddha, and Jesus than the preachers? just just in case you didn't hear me. I said, what if we poets are closer to Muhammad, Buddha, and Jesus than the preachers? I mean, if you think about it, which of us is living closer to the streets and which of us are living closest to Caesar? Which of us are living high up on the hog and which of us are the poor, righteous teachers? What if this is God's work? And if so, then poetry is sacred, and we poets need to be concerned with what we step up on the stage with, and we need to be on our job, because if this is God's work, then stealing from another poet is like stealing from God, and it's not about our use of sexuality and profanity, and it's not about how we use our tools for oohs and ahs, but how we use our tools for humanity. What if this is God's work? Now, I know blasphemers will have hell to pay, so I wouldn't say anything here tonight at Open Minds, Open Mic that I wouldn't be comfortable repeating on Judgment Day. What if this is God's work? Let us pray. That was Talam AC. Check him out if you check. Just check him out. Thank you all.
Dope,
Happy
man.
Poetry National Month things, and you guys are all awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kristi.
Many
Thank you.
good blessings to you. I love the open mind shout out there. I didn't even
No,
heard
you
this
don't.
poet, and he's got a shout out to us. How cool
We
is that?
fucking love you.
Oh no, I did that. That was me.
I know I'm
I
fucking
had
with you, bro. Hey man, Prod, we love you, man. You've been coming around since day one, and just we love you, man. We love hearing your poetry and stuff, and we love your energy, and just keep doing what you're doing out there, man. We love and
Yeah, we
respect
love
you.
you.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep this thing going. We got 2 more people, and then our feature for the night, Shockie G's coming up. But before that, we got Mari, the Diamonds in the Abyss. If you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, sister, we'd appreciate it.
Hey, how's it going? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, awesome. So the first, I have 2 poems. Is that all right? All right, awesome. All right, so the first poem is called The Opening of My Unfinished Thesis. If science is defined as the study of behavior of the physical and natural world through observation, and if science is defined as experimentation and testing of theories against evidence obtained, then I will argue that poetry is science, and that would make all poets scientists. Our inquisitive minds evolved from a single cell, mitochondrial Eve, and the metaphysical teachings of life molded us into these unique beings. The wiring of our minds is an intricate web of neurotransmitters, sending signals via delicate silk threads, synapses fueled by the passion of spoken word, which propagate hypotheses about humanity in subliminal ways. We are theorists who proudly write our thesis on the back of napkins and crumpled CVS receipts, because these observations of human exchange must be captured, documented, and told before they are forgotten. You see, we poets are experts in qualitative research, as we are always studying the nature of phenomena, not just the number of occurrences. Phenomena, defined as a fact or situation that is observed to exist or happen, and a poet's scripture captures that better than any lens. We use metaphors the same way scientists work with cells and atoms. With our words, we construct models of the way the world should be, and we make replicas of the destruction caused by the man for the world to see. And like a mad scientist, I discovered how to make inanimate objects like the bathroom walls talk as I recite my poems. The walls echo my thoughts and remind me that I am still alive. So again, if science is defined as the study of behavior of the physical and natural world through observation, and if science is defined as experimentation and testing of theories against evidence obtained, then my hypothesis is true. Poetry is science, and us poets are all scientists. All right, so that is poem number 1.
Shout out for the mitochondrial Eve reference.
Right? Yo, Mari's so dope and scientific with it. Oh, I'm excited for the second one.
All right. This second one is called My Lost Valedictorian Speech. All right. This year I had to tell a lot of people, please don't mistake my smile for niceness. Sometimes I am offensive purposely, but always respectfully. You see, at one point in my life, I forgot my name and I lost my human form. I had transformed into an empty, reused pill bottle, shoveled from different pockets to nightstands. There I stood on display, burdened with layers upon layers of handwritten labels glued to my skin. Like the stickers that I studied on the walls of after hours, hole in the wall bathroom stalls, while trying to regain my balance from deliberate intoxication. I digress. My labels read angry, emotional, ashamed, lost, vulnerable, victim, lonely, broken. I was a walking billboard. And if you took the time to look close, my small print read, do not leave out in direct sunlight. If exposed too long to people's bullshit, may exhibit moments of irrational thinking, and her verbal outbursts may cause permanent brain damage to others. So beware. My words are my weapons that I wield well. I suffered from untreated mental scoliosis, hell-bent on trying to navigate the uneven concrete sidewalks of my life with my head in the clouds. I was destined for damage because I tripped and fell a lot. I'm warning you, I am not nice. I haven't been nice since I was in utero, cushioned from this cold world by amniotic fluid, which thankfully blurred my vision at birth because my recycled soul was gifted to a baby born in a Brooklyn gutter. Never swaddled by a loving mother, nature nurtured me. I had to learn how to walk by holding on to the devil's pinky finger. So you can imagine my trust issues. And my godmother was fate. She lovingly nicknamed me Little 80-20 because she knew the odds were not supposed to be in my favor, and she wanted to make sure I didn't forget it. Please forgive my bluntness. You see, where I'm from, being nice made you a bleeding target for famished wolves and fresh meat for the butcher. Blocks of predators forced me to learn to be a hunter because I was tired of being preyed upon. And praying only took the edge off and helped a little. What a rat race that I ran well. My faith was displaced into extracurricular activities, which awarded me medals for first place in the category of heartache. My headaches were endless. I suffered from severe congestion, leading to perpetual mental infections as I was desperately trying to heal the spiritual abscesses left from metaphysical trauma that was untreated, that caused wounds to fester until I became a victim of self-inflicted sepsis. It's a miracle I survived. A wise man once told me to always pronounce your S's and your T's, and that's some shit that I try to live by daily. Enunciate, enunciate, enunciate. Paint pictures with your words. This world is a canvas that needs our graffiti desperately. Illicit art that helps elicit the emotions of the soul. I wanted to share a great recipe that everyone should try for the new year. All you need is 2 middle fingers, and then you blend them in with a lot of fuck being nice spice. Respectfully yours, Mattie. Poem.
Marty, everyone unmute and give it up.
Yeah, Molly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
quick announcement. Next week April features here. Next Friday, we got Samuel Rain, Dartman Blues, Complicated Passions featuring for us next Friday. And then that following Friday, you got Mattie. She gonna be featuring Diamonds in the Abyss, yo, April 28th. So y'all look forward to that. I know y'all love them last 2 poems. Come on through 2 weeks from now. You're gonna hear plenty more. And thank you for agreeing to that. We love you here at Open Minds, and I'm looking forward to your feature. That was
Looking forward
amazing.
to it too. Thank
We
you,
love
everyone, for the
y'all. We love.
love.
All right, so we got one last poet up on the mic here, and then we're gonna go into our feature. This man has been an inspiration to me, and soon to be a teacher of mine. I'm gonna learn some stuff from him because he's got so much to teach. You know, so much about words and just Frogg Corpse. If you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, brother.
Magpies and maypoles.
Asters mourn Ostara by summer's Tailtean game, coveted in a Lythan meadow since the last burning of Beltane. Begonias wilt with glee by sun, as black and gray lay charred and dead. A limbering torch alights the sky by the scorn of evening red. Lunasa blessed our wheat and rye, plucked sheaths for wreathing bend. Greeting Samhain as Mabon leaves, so last harvest may feed our kin. Oft old crones gather round, near the summit to ascend, offering fruits for Demeter's rule, while hoping your soil will yield again. Since the cutting weaved painting, corn children sleep amongst the seeds, to the plowing of an imbolc frost uproots the first of spring. I was dead, not long after I stood, sung words found in useless rambling, built where my words, in silence, a dear diary no one gave a fuck about, arthritic ink, pushing against the counter, a weighing anchor, dredging along each consonant, pushing adverbs into pulp, a cliche version of a darkness in service, a prolonged perturbance of want, a rerun program prostrating a slow death on midnight cries pining of aloneness, evermore, fast forwarding through your melodrama, the same bullshit, the same recycled letters, a long-winded page of self-sabotage, airing out run-on sentences, putting the weakness in vowels, you and I.
Frog, bro, always. Thank you for blessing us with them words, man. Your flow and that voice just sends shivers down my spine every time, man. We appreciate you for coming out tonight, dude. I love you, brother. Thank you so much. If you got another quick one, we're all ears. If not, we're gonna go into the feature.
Yeah, I got a quick one real quick. All right.
Thank you.
Element asphyxia. Yellow light beads on one street, effervescently illuminating worms and trees, casting shadow in a yard I dream, lost in my visions, forgetting if it's summer or spring, wide-eyed toward the comets, flagpoles clink amongst the night, pondering on a life, never showing face nor sight. Thus further into the dark I travel, welcoming by its embrace. Somewhere into the woods I went, picking out where I would hang. Should my portrait soon be found by the wondering eyes that would stumble, would they see a hanging man or a fool who fell in love?
Ooh, everybody unmute and give it up for Frog Corpse.
Oh, Frog, that was deep.
Yo, that last line.
I climb out of that one.
Yeah. All right. Let's just take a moment, collect ourselves. I hope you ain't got nowhere to go, 'cause you can't Shockie and drive. Yeah. So, Shockie G is a black lesbian spoken word poet, currently the 2022 Grand Slam champion in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She has won multiple slam competitions, both online and in person. You can find samples of her work within Reader Green's Out Loud, the LGBTQ Anthology, Nymeria's Publishing's De- uh, Descendants
of Medusa.
of Medusa. Yeah, I got lost in that word for a second. Descendants of Medusa anthology. In a previous self-published chapbook, Shattered Emotions, Scattered Thoughts. Currently working on a manuscript for a full collection. You can catch her in and out of open mics, workshops, and other spaces that allow for connection with our communities. We all know and love her. Let's give a big open minds, open arms welcome to our feature poet tonight, Shockie G.
Woo, Shockie!
Thank you.
Yes, Shockie.
Go Shockie!
All right. Sorry if I let anybody down. I only got 6 pieces tonight. A little different from what I normally do. A lot of them are about my mother. But I'm gonna just jump into it. Today, I am a paper cup trying to hold water. Cancer no longer seems like a nightmare, but a reality settled into my bones like marrow, hanging hammocks from my nervous system. Maybe this is what virtual reality feels like. I'm ready to wake up now, remove the Oculus and play any other game. I lost my faith in humanity years ago, somewhere outside the funeral home that held my mother's body. I'm afraid if I go back to find it, it may not be there. Like someone picked it up and did not think to return it to its owner. Maybe they needed it more. How do you find faith in the bottom of a glass jar, sunk in the sand like a message in the bottle? And I cannot decipher this one. Maybe this time, this message wasn't meant for me. Okay. And then next one's called Paper or Plastic. The funeral director looked at me and asked, cremation or casket, as coldly as paper or plastic, as if death is just another transaction, as if my pain is just a distraction, body laid out on morgue table, like item on conveyor belt. Scan the toe tag, tell me how much is this life worth? How do I tell God, put it back on the shelf? I can't afford it right now. I chose cremation because my mother always said any day above ground is a good one. So why would I put her under? Like maybe she can have all the good days she couldn't while she was alive. Whether it's casket lid or furnace door slamming shut, losing your favorite person feels like the worst gamble. Rolling dice, and these snake eyes have slithered through teardrops too long. So before you ask me paper or plastic, just know the grief is too much to carry. Excuse me.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
This next one is called Inheritance. I used to think my mother left me nothing but grief when she passed. Lately, I'm realizing I inherited this heart of gold. How we be so broken, but still be strong like cracked sidewalk. The way we were always stepped on and stepped over. When I was little, my mother would leave her heart on the edge of my bed. Say she didn't know how to use it right. I couldn't understand why she would want to put it on the curb with Monday's trash. Till I saw how my stepfather placed it there, stomped on it, how it still begged for him to stay, like home is where the heart is. I was raised in broken home, tornado of destruction. I learned love like aftermath, like condemned building. I've wondered how anyone else could ever want it, if not just a quick flip, a demolition. I stood at the pawn shop of your lips, bargaining, give me anything at all for this heart, trying to make you see its value. Took it home, polished it, made it shiny, praying you would give me yours in return. But I saw him hand you diamonds, and I cannot blame you. My mother's pain, it seems I inherited that too. And this is a piece I wrote yesterday called Dental Records. When I was a teenager, my wisdom teeth found a way to gentrify my gum line. Screamed manifest destiny, pushed its way through, did not take no for an answer. How violent some growth can be. When pulling the teeth, the dentist broke part of my jawbone, destroying what was left behind, but blaming the other teeth, standing around like project buildings, claimed it was just a bad neighborhood, that the tooth was never the problem. Sometimes, I think my mother was a wisdom tooth. The pain I felt when she took up space, I never noticed she was only trying to grow, until God plucked her from the gums of my family's smile, replaced her with a frown, teeth slowly shifting, moving into her absence, leaving gaps. My family, bracing onto a memory to hold itself together. At night, I feel us grinding against each other, swallowing blood that tastes a lot like pride, biting our tongues as if we could drool apologies down our chins. We will not get caught looking like an excuse. Blaming each other, standing around like cavities. Do not tell me we are just a bad set of dentures. The tooth was never the problem. Maybe if we had taken every brush with death, covered it in baking soda and mint, we could have kept the disease from destroying our mouths. What I mean is it doesn't matter if your family is a set of teeth or a forest of trees, just that you water and care for the roots. All right. It's another piece that I wrote yesterday. It's called Black Box. When this plane goes down, I'm hoping my poetry be the black box, so you know exactly where I lost control. Don't make the same mistakes that I did. Been told the black box is indestructible. Wonder why they don't wrap the entire plane in it, as if the story is more important than this body anyway. As if reading words is so much easier than staring into teary eyes looking for an escape. Every time I've chased love, it was a round trip ticket back to lonely. Sometimes, just for fun, I put happiness in my GPS. It tells me that location does not exist. Suggest a place to settle instead. You see, I've been piloting my way through heartbreak like hurricanes so much. Single just feels like the eye of the storm. Maybe I am destined for a crash landing, but I am sewing together bits of hope to make a parachute. I'm learning that even though planes were made to fly, they don't have to stay in the sky all the time. Sometimes the sky may turn on you and the turbulence is a little too much. So if this plane goes down, let my poetry be a black box, so you can see exactly how I fought back, just how high I flew. All right, and this is the last one. I wrote it today. It was my attempt at being funny, and now I realize it's not that funny, so pretend to laugh, right? All right, it's called Bananas. If you ask me about life, I will say, this shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Shit is bananas. No, really. Did you know that we share about 60% of our DNA with bananas? Which means I was part fruit long before I came out as gay. I used to joke that I am aging like a bad banana, and it turns out we're all just bad bananas. If I peel back your layers, would I find a softer part of you? Find that most of the bruises are only skin deep. Would you let me smash? I mean, I've always loved banana bread, and you are ripe for the taking. Me, I am pudding in your arms, and it makes sense, the way my heart crumbles easy like vanilla wafers. Listen, I would do anything to have you lick me off your lips, or the back of a spoon, and I'd be okay just spending time growing ripe with you. But relax, don't get yourself in a bunch. Yellow is believed to be the color of happy. So we are happiness incarnate. Embrace it, or at the very least, just go bananas.
Oh my goodness.
So
That shit was bananas, yo. Me and Hannah
Wow.
has
nailed
to.
it.
Wow.
Everybody unmute yourself and give it up for
Pen is
Shockie
on
G.
fire.
Shockie
Awesome.
So good.
Awesome.
G, yeah.
Encore.
Bananas.
Amazing set.
Yes.
Yo, I heard it. Casey's in the background encore. Shockie, you got one more. Come on, you rolled with two of them yesterday and that fire ass piece this morning. I know you got some in that notebook. You can do a little encore.
Oh, I could look for one, I guess.
Sorry, Shockie, to put you on the spot, but I really just was like, more.
I know we need more Shockie, bro. Like,
Encore.
I've
Do
been waiting
you
for
want
this
more?
feature.
Let's
Like,
go,
yeah.
Shockie.
All right. I could read this one that I wrote about Pittsburgh. You guys may have heard it before. So there has been this wave of young men who have gone missing in Pittsburgh over the years. Paul Kochu, Dakota James, to name a few. And I wrote this about that. The city is a werewolf, covered in the blood of every young man that has dared to walk it. The skyline, jagged fangs jutting out from scarred gums, rivers salivating when they enter, waterlogged wishes. I can name the boys lost to the monster, but I cannot name one silver bullet that has tried to stop it. And here I am, Little Red writing poems in the belly of the beast, wishing to see it as anything else. To love it like my grandmother. What big eyes she has. All the better to close them so no one sees a thing. Cannot tell you how the body got there. Such big ears, unable to hear them scream. So I carry their memories in a basket next to the daisies I picked along the way, waiting for anyone wielding a silver axe to kill the wolf, but only finding full moon futures. Body bag apologies, howling at the moon, expecting an answer, even if just an echo, as if to say, I hear you. But this city is not a fairy tale. I have seen men toothpicked from between its canines and discarded along these streets. And just last week, another man went missing, and I can't help pretend there's a happy ever after to this story.
Yeah.
Wow, that was
Thanks.
really good.
Yeah, thank you for
Love it.
reading
Thank
that.
you so much,
Shockie.
Shockie.
I used to live
Wow.
in Syracuse, New York, and we had an epidemic of young non-white women disappearing for a long time, mostly homeless, mostly marginalized in other ways. That nothing was done because they were poor and not white. And it turned out that a gentleman 2 blocks down the street from me had a bunker under his house. And they finally caught him because a girl got away. And he had been doing it for like 20 years.
Crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people have said the same here, that they thought they're saying smiley face killers, but I do think it is the work of someone, right? That
Yeah,
they're
I think
just
it is
all being-
someone.
Or
all being found in the
someone's.
river, and they're just saying they all drowned. And
There's cults and stuff that do that type of things too. It could be multiple people working together too, which is the
Well,
sad
I
part.
probably don't want to speculate on cults conspiracies, but yeah, it's always hard to get attention to missing persons cases unless they're 6 and blonde. And a young person in Pittsburgh who went missing, was it 2 years ago? They were a young artist. Oh my goodness, I can't remember their name. It's been so long since they went missing, but it was a young woman this time, but like the same kind of thing, just disappeared off a bridge. And like clearly taken, not jumped. Clearly taken, not jumped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually 6-year-old girls don't just jump off a bridge.
yeah, and I mean, I think they drained that part of the water and like drug it and didn't find a body. I remember hearing about that.
That's just
Yeah.
sad.
Her name starts with a T. Do you remember her name? It's really bothering me. I can't think of it.
I don't. And
It's
I
right on the
hate,
tip of my brain. And the problem is it's unusual enough that I had never heard it before, so I can't like reference something else to figure it out.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
All right, so yeah,
That
we
was
got a
beautiful.
round
Sorry
two
to
coming on. Which Vayl, you're gonna spark us off on round two, so we get to hear your lovely voice some more. I'm trying to just look at who we have left in the room and who read in round one.
I'm gonna jump in real quick, just so everyone is aware. I'm trying to put the news out there early. I don't think I'm supposed to, but I'm trying to. In July 1st, I think, I am going to be releasing an actual collection. It is with Red or Green Books, but I hope that you guys will still support. I put a lot of work into it, so I hope that you guys support.
Yeah, everyone give
I'm
much
not
love to
sure I'm
Shockie G.
supposed to say this, but it is awesome.
Ah, Nemo
So
got the
good.
preview.
Nemo wrote the foreword for the book, so.
Oh, bet. Awesome. Oh, I'm looking forward to that for sure. All right, so
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. Hey, you said if anyone else is in the room, I'm from the UK. Lantern Carrier introduced me.
oh, excellent.
Meet
So,
you.
so since you're UK, I'm gonna throw you on
Lantern.
after Lantern Carrier since he brought you in here. I'm just trying to get this round two typed up here. And yeah, we would love to hear from you, man. Welcome to Open
Thank you.
Minds.
Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, my good sir. So yeah, we're gonna spark off round two with Vayl Larkin. Oh, I think another person showed up too, actually. Hold on. I'm gonna post round two. I don't know who's still here, or if you're here and not on the list, let me know. That's what I got going so far. If you're not on the list and would like to read, let me know. And if someone's on the list and they're not in the room, I guess we'll just skip them. But yeah, I think that's what we got going. Oh, Tori left too. Okay, so Tori's off. All right. So here we go. Vayl, yeah, if you could spark off round two, we'd much appreciate it. Take your time. Oh, Kristi left too. Okay. I'm revising this as I'm going here. So seeing who's in the room and who
Sorry, I'm
showed
here.
up. Oh, good thing. Oh,
Hi.
Jeff Taylor wants
Okay.
to read too. Okay. So throw Jeff on there too. All right. So I think this is the proper round two list. I'll go ahead and post it again. I think I got everyone. I think everyone on the list is still here. Yeah. Take it away, Vayl.
Cool. Okay, this is an older one. I'm just in the mood to do because I feel like people talk about confessional poetry, but what do we really confess in front of this many people? A lot of times it's only the most well processed of our issues. So I wrote a poem with the intention of just putting it all out there. It's called Warning Label. Let us begin with the body. These are not my real teeth. I am an alien, a mutant, or my nipples simply annoyed me, so I said, fuck it. When you ask yourself the inevitable question, just pick an answer you like fast. No, you cannot see my feet. I used to be a dancer and an athlete. Now I rely on a wheelchair. Bodies change. Please do not recommend yoga to me. If it did what you think it does, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Some of my bones are less like calcium buttresses and more like biscotti. I used to be a bondage model. Now if I bend, I stay that way without the need for rope. Do you like really cautiously kinky sex? Please, please, please don't try to touch my feet. Why, yes, those are scars, and you're right, they are literally everywhere. My skin is less like a barrier and more like a politely worded suggestion. My power identity has been referred to by some as submissive, by others as switch, but by most as smartass masochist. Look, I had huge issues with people touching my feet before they both broke. These are not the feet you're looking for. Posthumanism? For the win. Now to the mind. There are more than one of us in here. I never could pick favorites. Night terrors. If you like long, cuddly naps after careful sex, I hope you also enjoy being panic attacked to death in your sleep. How am I feeling right now? Let me bring up this dynamic graphing system. Yes, I do know a lot of random things about a lot of random topics. Please don't mistake any of this for actual expertise. I've probably had a very traumatic past, or things just sound fucking scary when I say them. I usually don't realize the impact of anything I say until everyone stares at me after I'm done. This doesn't just apply to trauma. I have put my foot in my mouth after rambling for far too long about Bronze Age European uprisings. I love learning more than anything. Teach me something new every day, and I will never leave you. Relative benefits up for debate. The heart. I would kill my way out of here just to see you smile. I wish I wouldn't. I wish that I had less capacity for destruction. I hope that making the effort every day to be gentle with others, with myself, with the world around me is compensating for the times I have let my destructive side out. I cannot live without the soul of a non-human in my life. My relationship with animals and other living beings fulfills an irreplaceable need. I will always love more than one person, though always in different ways. I don't think I've ever loved two people with anything like the same heart, like loving cerulean and maroon for all the same reasons. Love is not sex. I can be happy no matter the configuration of my sex life if I am free to love openly. I wish I knew what a loving birth family felt like. I know what a loving chosen family feels like, and that is such a gift. The smell of earth, ferns, and running water makes me happier than anything else ever will. I know I am often confusing and sometimes difficult, and I treasure every person who loves me anyway. Truth. I will often make light of things I should be taking seriously. I do this to remind myself that we are tiny particles in a vast universe, and that this is an extraordinary thing. I will often take light-hearted things too seriously, because I always want to experience each new detail of life to its fullest. And that means admitting that some things that make me laugh are heartbreaking too. I will try to be better about telling the difference. Sometimes I will fail. I will love my way out of here just to see you smile. I will give you my divided mind, my broken body, my overflowing heart. If they will bring you joy, my soul is mine, but I will share it with you. Long-term benefits not yet determined.
Thank you so much, Vayl. I love that piece. It's so powerful.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. Oh my God. That was awesome. I'm so inspired. Like, oh, thank you.
Thank you for being you.
Pretty much full time.
I love you, Vayl. All right. Coming up next, we got Tunay Janes. I think I'm saying that right. Tunay?
Yeah, you're saying it right, man.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Tunay
Actually, no,
Janes.
well, it's Tunay. It's Tunay. Sorry,
Oh,
Tunay.
Tunay. Okay. Tunay Janes. So we do something for newcomers here. If everyone can unmute and give a big open mind, open arms welcome to Tunay.
Welcome, welcome,
Welcome,
welcome.
yeah.
Welcome.
Time you got here.
Nice to meet you. I'm still trying to figure out Zoom. I don't understand it properly, but thanks for having me. All right. This one is about. I'm just gonna go into it. Actually, I'll just go into it. See, I've been looking for that glimmer of hope or that shade of light. To bring me out from the darkness is just a waste of time, because I'm being held back by my state of mind, and I can see what I was missing. Now I ain't so blind, and my sanity's hanging on the edge of the cliff. So many skeletons in my closet, I can't let it slip. I feel as small as an atom, you can't see me. I feel invisible, I will break free. I'll break free from these shackles and these iron gates. I'm a slave to the world and it decides my fate. And I don't want to hide away. I want to feel alive again. How do you escape when the devil's locked inside your brain? It's driving me down till I can't come back again. So will I conquer, or does it have to end? So should I push back, or let it all fall on top of me? Or just deal with the fact that this is the way it's got to be? Because you see, flashbacks take me to a much better time before everything got on top of this head of mine. And these days, everybody's got me petrified. RIP, because I am dead inside. And I can barely manage to keep my head above the water. They're feeding me to the pigs and I'm in for the slaughter. Keeps me sharp like the knife that they're sticking in my back. Got me doing it all like I'm sitting on their lap, but they just pass me by. They never ask me why. I just wish I could figure out my path in life. My feelings are sublime behind these mastermind, because I'm a mastermind looking for a path to find. I've been waiting for tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. And all I see is rain. I've been waiting for the sun. So should I take the pain, or should I just run? Life's driving me insane and it's got my head spun. Don't convince me to stay, because I'm done. Don't convince me to stay, because I'm done. And I've just figured out that I'm on the run, because I've been running from today, but tomorrow never comes. Thank you.
Yo, unmute and give it up for Tunay. Yo, that rhyme scheme, that delivery, that flow. Lantern, I know you left, but thank you for bringing this man to our space. And you are always
Yeah.
welcome here at Open Minds, Open Mic, and we hope to see you here every Friday night.
Of course, I'll try my
Yeah.
best. Time zone.
All right, so let's keep this thing rolling. Coming up next, we got the Magus featuring on May 5th. So be sure to keep your eyes open for that one. Gustav, Sallas.
Sallas.
Sallas. I do it every time.
There's Jess right.
I know it. She corrected me as I said it. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
here we
gonna
go.
get it, man.
Here we go. This is Ignited We Stand. It's coming, sisters and brothers, brothers and sisters, inshallah. This is the ascension. This is the dissension you've been waiting for, here and now with room for more. We will not be recruited, used as pawns, nor jackbooted. Rise up, sisters and brothers. This revolution is ours. It's for the mothers, the dispossessed and the oppressed, prisoners, soldiers, and the ill. All those this government would kill. Come with us, brothers, sisters. March until your feet have blisters. Against the war on choice, stand with women. Raise your voice against the war on drugs. Another lie swept under rugs. Their profit is rooted in addiction, facilitating flow while pretending interdiction. TV, oil, and crack cocaine have driven America insane. This revolution's not a violent overthrow. Fighting war with war, you know, never works. So raise up your voices. Enlightened people must make wise choices. Peace will win, a revolution of the mind. Let's show them some real intelligent design. On fire, we make our demand. Peace and justice now. Ignited, we stand. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That was great.
You heard my moms. Thank you. That was great. That last line too. Ignited we stand. Oh, love it. Gustav with the gusto as always. Coming up next we got my buddy over here, Nemo Sum. If you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, brother, we'd appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Shockie, that was incredible. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. I have a micro triptych. Mr. Grief has come for your extraction. He will pull and tug on that nasty pain you've been holding on to. Putting his boots squarely on your chest in the midst of the smell of the chemicals used to clean hospital beds and mortuary slabs. He'll dig his heels into your shoulders on either side of your broken heart and strain until there's a splash of blood and pus and tears, and it has come free. I am my rat, my cage. I am the one who administers the poison and carefully watches me writhe, scrawling observations on scraps of memory. I am the one who cleans up the corpses. I am the one who takes pleasure in a job well done. I am the one who will return to do it again tomorrow. How delicate the attention of my muse. I'm lost in the moment, only to find she's slipped away and left my ending empty. Thank you.
Thank you, Nemo. Everybody unmute yourself and give it up for the man himself, Nemo Sum.
Yeah,
Nemo,
Yeah.
always amazing. So
Forever.
amazing.
Wow.
And
Thank
Brandy,
you.
you just showed up. You did want to read tonight, correct?
Sure. Thank you so much.
Excellent. I got you on the mic after Jeff. Coming up next, so we got Mattie, aka Baby, all the way from Hawaii. I think the three of us, me, you, Jessica, are still with sun. I think it's dark everywhere else. We still
Yeah,
rocking
I
in the
know.
sunshine, west side, baby.
I know. Everybody's always confused and they're like, why is it sunny out? It's because I'm very, very, very far behind.
Yeah. Yo, bless us with some words, Mattie.
Okay, so it's Autism Awareness Month, which means you better be aware fucking everywhere, bitch. I wrote this poem because octopus, I think, are the mascot for autism in a million ways. And I have 400 pages. Actually, that's not true. I have 50 pages of poems about octopus because they're my favorite animal. Because as an autistic person, they are my special interest. I could go on. I wrote one of them here. You go. It's called 8-Armed Ticket. The sea creature is plucked from the water, dissected by scientists as a means of understanding. The creature is so fascinating that a glass tank is built, and they charge a pretty penny to the public to tap the glass and photograph it up close. Come see the monster. There is a direct correlation between the price of exotic pets and their survival rates in captivity. The more expensive, the less alive. This is why it's discouraged to adopt them, to grab them from the water. We can't force the animal to thrive in our own conditions. The octopus wants to explore in the zoo. It costs a few hours of a paycheck to see what lives outside the tank, inside a cage. The octopus lives 2 years or 10, or we don't know. The deeper the water, the less we can imagine intelligence. The one in the glass box, though, is expensive to keep alive. She is high maintenance, but we don't put her back. We breed her, and you can buy her for $50 in a salt tank, and she'll tear her arms off. One day in the zoo, she's found on the ground, 50 feet from her 12 by 12 enclosure, playing with a school of fish a few tanks over. So a heavy top is built for her tank. The creature is put back in the box and kept inside by an iron grate. The octopus is found the next morning outside the tank again. A latch is placed on the tank, like one you'd put on a cage for a puppy learning how to not piss on the carpet. The octopus wants to explore. She wants to play. The octopus is strange and psychic. She somehow reads the mind of the zookeeper, cracks the code, learns how to unlatch the latch to play again. Or the octopus is smarter than the zookeeper, who's not getting paid enough for an entry fee to the zoo. Either way, she opens the latch, escapes again, pisses on the ground, plays in the puddle mess. The zookeeper comes and puts a combination lock, and she can't figure it this time. The depths below don't translate. The pressure keeping her mind in place is relieved. She survives on land. The color gray is not thriving. She is surviving. The octopus rips off her arms. The zoo psychologist says she is depressed. She is gray. She is not changing color for us anymore. She's placed on medication. Dispersed through the water, she cannot unbreathe the captive version of health. Her air is wet with chemicals. She rips off her arms again. At some point, the internal clock rings, and she can't deny the bell tolling. It's time to create again. She lays 1,000 eggs by genetic coding that cannot be undone. No matter how we try, she will keep herself alive on as little food as possible, long enough for the eggs to hatch. And while she waits, she gets bored. She rips her arms off. They grow back. The zoo doctor comes to gather her in the thousands, what she's become, what she's here for. Story continues, but this time the arms don't grow back. 1,000 8-armed creatures born in a foreign tank burst through into the light. Generational trauma, confirmation bias in the thousands. The offspring speak and we don't listen. My mother knew 8 languages. My mother gave everything for me to live in this cage. In the thousands, we give up our arms, our speech, an offering to an unforgiving God in a strange land. No matter how much of yourself you give, your life is still just worth one ticket.
Wow. Dude, octopus are like my favorite creatures too. They're so cool, man.
Yeah, baby. Wow.
Very, very powerful.
Everybody unmute.
Amazing. Yeah.
Breathtaking imagery.
That was
It was
stunning.
wild.
Absolutely stunning.
That's one of my favorite Mattie pieces.
Thank you.
That was pure stunning. Yeah, definitely. All right, let's keep this thing going. We got Oso Lobo coming up next. Oso Lobo. I don't speak Spanish. Bear Wolf. Propaganda poet. We love you, bro.
Yes, right on. Sorry, I'm ready. I'm ready. Hold on, I'm almost ready.
I don't think we're ready for you. You could
Okay.
be.
I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'll do this. Dare not be different, lest ye shall be sedated. Man, fuck the Ritalin. You got skills. With the force of 10 wills, knowledge spills from you like a quasar of enlightenment until the truth goes supernova. But take care not to bask in your own glory too long, or you might become prone to soul burn as emotions turn just to go through the notions. I suddenly have the notion that I've been talking to myself again, spinning on my own axis like some perpetually preening planetoid who just happens to orbit close enough to my sun to keep us both barely alive. This struggle to survive eclipses the tides and drowns out the moon, and suddenly I realize that it is far too soon for me to be sharing this all with you. Celestial heavenly body that my comet just happens to be tailing through, but only you take me to those inner spaces of places that I care not to define, but with the right amount of wine and weed, we might just be able to tap into some basic needs and maybe even feed each other like two opposing black holes with a whole lot of space in between. And have you seen the great white whale or heard the banshee's wail, or have our winds of strange just once again been reduced to yet another great white clearance sale? And will you hail Mary for me if she should actually be able to find herself? Because I just gotta ask, why? Why? Why is the weight of the world on such a lonely girl hiding in your barn so no one can hear you scream? No one can hear you scream. Yet you scream and I scream, we all scream for ice cream, and these days that makes us all ADHD, but I wonder how much of a dosage they would need to stop the chaotic cycles of the entire Milky Way from coloring outside the lines, and how many times I have to tell that teacher that orange duck is yellow, I'm fucking colorblind. But we just waste all our time just waiting in line until we lose orientation to a far greater force of nature. So if you hate your current dosage, then pick up your pen and make it your friend and weave the magic words with me. Fuck the Xanax. We got skills.
Yo, what the fuck, bro? Unmute yourselves and give it up for Frogg. That shit was so dope.
Fuck the Xanax.
My goodness. That was beautiful, bro. That was fucking beautiful. I love you. I'm ADHD too, so I feel you, man. Oh, much love. All right, so coming up next, we got Frogg Corpse. If you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, brother, we'd appreciate that.
Louisville's nickname is Possibility City. And that's what this poem's titled. We do not support the literary arts. We do not encourage public art. We do not incite expression. We do not encourage change. We are divided. We deny the availability to entertain a crowd. We rely on old traditions which dwindle in the coming years. There is no room here for growth. We cannot rectify justice. We accept the decline of our streets, keeping profit in small circles so others may never prosper. We must be a scab over the wounds of the Midwest. We are the gateway to the South, and we must never open it. We cannot accept leaders in our town. We must drown them out, using our agendas for self-interest. Propaganda is the narrative. We will push to drive others toward angst. Our people are boarded indoors, not because of a fear of pandemic, but the inability to prosper. We must take our responsibilities, turning them into a cultural act of survival. In our communities, we must house disappointment, giving it freely as a charitable organization. We must pass out misery without a prescription, distributing it cost-free, yet somehow. Welcome to Possibility City. It's possible. Well, fuck you.
Frogg, what? Always with that dopeness, dude. Appreciate you being here, bud. Yeah, well, I'm gonna be hollering at you soon about that poem. Coming up next, we have another newcomer. I had the pleasure of meeting him last month. I believe he's the creator of Garage Poets. Give us some backstory. Give us some links. You know, welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic. Everyone, give it up for Jeff Taylor.
Welcome, welcome.
Oh, you're unmuted, but we can't hear you for some reason. No. Check your input, your audio input.
How's that?
Ah, we got you. Cool.
Yeah, 'cause usually I have a microphone and stuff, but I don't even have that. I just was like just doing the laptop right now. But yeah, thanks for having me here. Shockie was great. It was awesome. A whole bunch of you were able to come to the Garage Poets open mic last month, and yeah, glad I could come and join you all in your space. This has been a really great night. Thanks for inviting me. But yeah, I'm just looking for my notebook. Hang on one sec. All right, yeah, I found it. All right. All right, so I get this poem, Tobacco and Hash, I'm gonna read. So it's been 3 days no cigarettes for me. It's been tough hump to get over. Yeah. But I've been feeling it in my lungs. It's been breathing has been laborious. So I was just like said no more. I've tried before, and I tried like the method of just like having less cigarettes. You know, I would just be like, hey, I'll have one like every 5 hours or whatever, but that wasn't really working. So this time I just like went with 0, and I've had
The
0 now.
best part, not only are you gonna be able to breathe again, you'll be able to taste food again, I hear.
I heard
That's
that
what
as
I'm
well. Yeah.
excited about quitting smoking, because I love good food, man. Like,
I quit smoking in 1989.
Oh, good for you. Awesome.
Yeah. And I can taste a lot of stuff now. That's great. Keep going, keep going. I
love
encourage
you,
you.
mama.
Maybe, hopefully I'll be able to taste weed more. Yeah, I wonder if it'll change the weed taste.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Makes weed better.
All right, so I get this one for you called Tobacco and Hash. It's for my friend Jen. Jen was a professional drunk. Got killed by a rookie. What the fuck kind of career is that anyway? When Jen and I were in Florida, we paid too much for a spliff of tobacco and hash. They got too wet to smoke as we rain danced on the pier, cyclones twisting around us. She overcame addiction only to have her life ended by someone who wasn't there yet. I like to think the woman who caused the accident was Jen's roommate, was Jen's soulmate. They lived thousands of lives together through thousands of universes, weaving the possibilities of two beings colliding. The roar of this life reduced to the moment they floated towards each other, locking eyes before everything went black. Jen once told me she wanted all her friends to smoke her ashes so we wouldn't make the same mistakes she did. What if we all smoked our dead friends' ashes? Would there be an energy transference reverberating across the generations, raising our collective consciousness to new levels of possibility? Would we take on the weight of each other's lives? Thanks.
Holy fuck,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Right, Mattie.
Ready.
Yo,
I haven't gotten chills in a long time. That was beautiful. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
my wife, that shit was fucking dope, bro. One of my favorite poems ever.
Well, thank you. I
And
really appreciate that. That means a lot.
welcome
I've
to
heard
Open
nothing but
Minds.
amazing poems all night. So like that really means a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude, and we appreciate you, and I really hope you come through Fridays, man. Like, if you ain't got nothing to do, like, we're here every Friday.
Yeah, you'll be seeing me definitely. I'll stop in as much as I can. So I work sometimes Friday nights, but if not, then I'll stop by.
Yeah, definitely, man. Appreciate you,
Jeff
man.
was
Thanks for
the
coming
first
out.
person to ever feature me.
Yeah? Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool, man. We appreciate you for introducing the world to Shockie, by the way.
I'm lucky that Shockie just started coming to Garage Poets. I don't know, like she was just like every week there'd be a new poem, and it was like blowing me away. I'm like,
Yeah, she's
girls like
insane
that.
with the
I've heard an awesome amount of a feature of hers just by like over the past few weeks, you know, like, so let's get her up on the mic here. So I'm glad that
Yeah.
that
So
coming.
I believe your fans have spoke. We have Brandy, Strickland, CP Mays, and then another encore from Shockie possibly. And then my wife's gonna read a little something to close us out. But yeah, so Brandy Strickland, is your first time here too. I believe Nemo Sum brought you in. Welcome to the space. And if everyone would unmute yourself for a moment and give a big open mind, open arms, open heart welcome to Brandy Strickland.
Welcome,
Brandy.
Brandy. Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you guys so much. My poet handle is actually Whisper Poet. This is my
Oh,
phone, which I use for business stuff. So it's got my real name on here, but yeah, Whisper Poet. And thank you guys for the warm welcome. I was just gonna come like listen and chill and hear some deep words. So I'm so flattered and thankful that you allow me the space to read. Thank you. So I'm going through it a little bit. My boyfriend broke up with me, and I was trying out the polyamorous thing. He was polyamorous and I didn't know anything about it. And I tried to go there and that was kind of a big belly flop on that one. So I'm gonna start out a little lighthearted with it, and then I'm gonna take it a little dark. Okay. So this is called Poly Folly. Hey, we're poly. It sounded so jolly. I tried so hard to volley, but in the end, pure folly. My heart beats to the shape of the letter M. On the P, I spun out in a curve. All right, this one is called Punishing Myself. I'm sorting laundry and pondering the feeling that I seem to be a lightning rod for the universe. Folding shirts. Lost my job? Check. Matching socks. Boyfriend dumped me? Check. Shaking wrinkles out of my jeans. Best friend put me on mute? Check. As my mind wrestles with the blatant proof of my failures, I see the shirt. The shirt is an unassuming long sleeve black top that for some bizarre reason seems to attract every hair in the dryer each time I wash it. It's weird and actually somewhat gross. I've just folded all of the other items from the load and not a hair did I find, but this shirt is a hair magnet. I pull and pull, collecting hairs in my hand. If only my misdeeds were so easily collected and discarded into the trash. I feel like a total screw up. The disappointment in myself is a bitter flavor, but I will suck on that marrow later. For now, I'm trying to deal with the hair on the shirt.
Yo, hold on. I gotta stop you for a second.
Okay.
I have a black shirt like that. We have 6 cats.
It's a thing, right? It's a thing.
Yes. And the way you pulled it around with the metaphor of like the stress of life and the just, like, oh, it was that poem touched me. And thank you so much, Whisper Poet. I changed your name, by the way, because I had control over that. So we all remember you as Whisper Poet. And thank you so much for coming on. And we want to hear some more.
Thank you. Yeah. Do you want me to go? I got 2 more quick ones.
Hey, yo, go for 3 if you want.
Okay. So I'm gonna go a little darker here now. This is called Revelation 4:13. I saw the pain in your eyes when I asked you, why can't we try again? Because I understand things now that I didn't understand before. And I didn't understand why your face remained sad when I had just given you such auspicious news. I thought you didn't believe in me. I thought you questioned the sincerity of my heart. You never questioned my heart. The look in your eyes was futility because you know you live in a house for which I have no key. This
Yo,
one is called
your delivery is beautiful. Your voice too, like, and your delivery and the content, like, oh, beautiful.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that so much. This is called December Morning. I remember it was December and you were wearing the green shirt and the smile you wore with it made my heart beat faster. Something about you drew me. We are all drawn to flame. I wanted you. The differentness of you was a flavor I had never tasted and I was fascinated. Were you apple to my Eve? We said we weren't looking for anything more than fun, but who are we kidding? The one thing we have in common is that we love the ones we lose. You offered me citizenship in the country of your heart, and they all say when in Rome, but somehow I could never do as you do. No matter how much I wanted to, I was loving you in spite of you instead of running towards the part I was scared of you. But then you held me and loved me and told me you believed, you were proud of me, and I would have tried anything for you. I remember it wasn't long after December. Softness in your eyes, smell of your skin, the light on your hair, the way you felt inside me. There was nothing I couldn't conquer except my own DNA. I tried so hard. I wanted to be your everything because when you fucked me, I felt it in my heart. I didn't understand. It takes a village to be everything you need. And the harder I tried, the less of you I had. You needed the numbers game. It was an argument I didn't know how to frame. Your Declaration of Independence is written in a language I don't speak. And we lost the rhythm of our love bit by bit until there was nothing left to seek. I remember a few months ago, this past December, my road of good intentions took a wrong turn. How could such love cause so much pain? How could I kill your light with my heart? How could your self-sacrifice leave me so desolate? Truth is never kind. I'm sitting here with my puzzle box again, hoping maybe I won't be so Humpty Dumpty this time around. You're hurting too. I remember how you always hugged me with your head atop mine and your arms wrapped around me like you were packaging me into a bundle just for you. I was yours, and I wanted so much for you to be mine. But fire will not bend its will, and you cannot own the wind.
What? Yo, hey, just repeat that last line first.
That was incredible.
But fire will not bend its will, and you cannot own the wind.
Oh,
Mm.
damn.
That sums up that whole poem
That's
right there. That
beautiful.
shit, I was looking, watching all these faces in here, and we were all like, "What
You're
the
awesome, Whisper. Welcome.
Thank you. I
welcome?"
got one last short one if you want to hear it.
Yes,
This is
yeah.
the deep dark right here. All right, this is the deep dark.
Are we ready? We ready? Everybody ready? Let's do this.
This is called Rainbow Skin. He shed me as a snake shedding its skin, holes torn in his graying shroud by the thorny thicket of my heart. His face showed no pain as he rent himself from himself. The ebony rainbow sheen of him revealed in the light of the sun as once more he was free.
Yo, thank you, Whisper Poet.
Love
We hope
that.
to see you here every Friday.
Awesome.
Thank you
Jeff,
so much.
Love it.
you
Come
guys,
back.
welcome to
awesome.
the new folks. Yeah,
Please
we're
back
glad to
up.
have you. We hope you come back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the space so much. You guys are great. Love it. Love it.
Great
Thank you.
words. Great words.
Thank you.
So yeah, we got Mr. I don't even know how to describe this man anymore. He's become one of my good friends. He's been working hard at school, so he hasn't been able to be here every Friday, but he's doing his thing, and he's doing his thing fucking better than half these motherfuckers. So I just want to say I'm amazed every time I hear you, sir. If you can unmute
Amazing.
yourself, CP Maze, and bless us with some words, brother. We'd appreciate it. You actually muted instead of unmuted.
Damn, we
There you
didn't
go.
miss it again, did we? We're speaking Latin, were you?
No.
Yeah, we missed the last. Yo, we missed the beginning of that poem, and you'll never fucking read it again to us, would you?
Yeah, someone told me, or I'm really bad at promoting myself, right? But my manuscript is done. I keep trying to add pieces to it, but it's going to be coming out soon. I've been submitting it to different competitions, so hopefully somebody will publish it. But if not, I'm going to go solo.
So I don't know if you've talked to Samuel Rain, but he has his own publishing company where it's $0 down on your end, and then you get a percentage of book sales.
Gotcha. Okay, I need to get
You know how
linked
I'm
up.
talking about Samuel Rain?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He will. I think Nemo, you were there when, remember on that workshop with Samuel came in and we got like a publishing workshop. But I have to get the name of his thing. I'll send him a message and I'll shoot it over to you. But he'll basically publish it. You just send him in your rough draft. They may do edits, pick out what you want it to be printed on. He recommends doing like 50 limited edition hard copies and then do the soft copies later.
Okay.
but just to get a spark. But like, yeah, and it's $0 out of your pocket, and then you get a percentage of the book sales.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to link you up with that so you can get that published, man. Because I want to read it. I want to buy it. I want to read it.
Appreciate you, man. I don't want to take up much time. I want to do 2 if I'm closing. Okay.
Actually, you might not be closing too, because I know
Oh yeah.
once you're
Yeah,
done,
Shockie.
yeah, we got other
I want to
things
hear
too. I
Shockie.
think Maddie had one more, dude. I might even spit something out. My wife's got some
And
stuff,
Cat.
dude. Like, we might chill.
Yes,
Yeah, we
yes,
might chill for a
yes.
little while still. So yeah.
Okay. So the manuscript's gonna be called Dismantled Machine Gun. Yeah, so here's one of the poems. It's called Most Gods Are Lonely Drunks. My too far away supernova souls a wildfire storm, bending ears into the atmospheric of allegory just to listen to comets tall tell their own tales. Most gods are lonely drunks sitting at bar stools like they're piano benches. Screaming, "Help me out," was an orchestra of shot glasses singing songs that only the strong ankles of angels would ever know. Half-empty beer bottles began belting ballads for the broken toes of ballerinas that will never relearn how to dance again. The house lights drugged their ghost across sticky dance floors where I sat and watched, and I preferred to be remembered. Slow dance with the no matter what I will. A couple of why won't you kiss me's were waltzing love is just an excuse to get hurt across each other's tongue. Sexy was too drunk to realize that she was dressed like a whore. The jukebox was waiting patiently to show up the DJ. Someone's iPhone just went missing. A vodka and cranberry damn near choked to death on an ice cube. Dreams too drunk off of disappointment started flushing themselves down the toilet of I'm fucking done. Cupid's doing lines of coke inside the woman's bathroom again. Madness. Never made excuses for myself, so my imaginations are running reckless again. By the end of the night, from the sideline of I did my best to keep my head will be what's the use anyways. Some things you lose, you don't get back. Was arguing with the don't keep me guessing as to whether or not a don't keep me waiting was making a plan to love me. A patio of roughhousing frat boy probablys were playing beer pong for push-ups. Horseshoes were stolen from the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, were being tossed around for entertainment. The dartboards were all laughing at the cute girls who can't seem to get their throw straight, while several underage lesbians with fake driver's licenses fumbled their way over to an empty pool table, flagging down a waitress. They ordered 5 apple martinis, 10 buttery nipple shots, and change for 20s, all in quarters. By night's end, they hustled 3 pool sharks out of their money, gold chain, watches, fucking ignorances, and their goddamn pride. You gotta have a parachute. A mom that I like to love is at the end of the bar ordering me a Maker's Mark on the rocks. She also left me a lipstick kiss folded up napkin with her telephone number on it. No name, just a telephone number. A bunch of blue-collar construction workers just walked in and ordered 5 pitchers of Budweiser. They smelled like long days, biased divorce courses, child support payments, and school clothes. Cigarette butts were cremating themselves in ashtrays all around us, passing out insults like compliments. An angry drunk is about to pick a fight with an even angrier alcoholic sitting next to him. I really hope he doesn't. I really hope he doesn't. I really hope he shuts his mouth. For last week, I watched that same angry alcoholic call on God just to curse Christ the fuck out. He once cracked his own 4th and 5th ribs open just to confirm that his beating, broken heart was still in there. The last time he was happy was a half past midnight, half an hour ago, when the transvestite hooker gave his standing ovation a hand job for half price. He keeps a weathered, worn, creased, tattered, fractured picture of his high school sweetheart on prom night in the folds of his worn wallet of why worry about worthy women anymore. The angry drunks taking a beer shit in the handicap stall in the gentleman's restroom. The even angrier alcoholic is upset that the bathroom stalls are stocked with toilet paper, but no goddamn paper towels to dry his hands on. One of the blue-collar workers is working himself up into a bar about to close frenzy because sobriety pickpocketed his set of keys in the name of safe driving. A flock of giggling limber ladies stumble drunk around yet another loser who will lose their cover, their bar tabs, not knowing he'll never get a chance of tapping in the ass. By the end of the night, the missing iPhone was found. The jukebox eventually showed up the DJ. In an attempt to tip the scales of my, I was the one worth leaving, reminding my one day you'll walk away from this shit, to shut up and stop complaining, because my madness never made excuses for myself. So it's okay that in the negligee of this nightscape, my imagination ran reckless again. Thank y'all.
Bro.
Yeah, again,
Whoa.
again, and
Get out of
again.
here.
Wow.
Yo.
Fuck yeah!
Your poetry
Holy
is like the
shit.
spoken word version of like screamo music to me, and I mean that in the absolute best way. If you knew how much screamo music I listen to,
Yeah. Ah. Yo, CP. When did you write that?
Maybe I wrote it in class. For a class I had. It was really weird. Like one of the teachers were just like, yo, you have this crazy way of manipulating language. And I was like, okay, I'm unsure of how to take that.
Yeah, that's it.
But I'm gonna lose
But you
myself.
do though, but in the most beautiful fucking way. Like, so when was it? Keep speaking. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sorry. Yeah, so I figured like, okay, well, let me really lose myself in this honest way of how I visualize shit. So it was in like maybe a year and a half ago in one of my creative writing courses. So yeah, it was really, really cool. Yeah, the critiques were pretty awesome.
So you've been
yeah.
fucking sitting on this poem for a year and a half, and I ain't heard this yet?
Yeah, man, I've been trying to do new poems every time I hit a mic. So
Okay, well sometimes you gotta bust out the oldies because that shit was fucking dope, bro. Like, yo, what? Like,
appreciate you, folks.
Maddie,
Appreciate
what'd you think of that poem?
I hate CP Mays. Every time he starts talking, I'm like, I feel like I'm in a mosh pit. You see me, he's talking, I'm just like, I'm punching the air, dude. I love
Throw
you.
the bows on him. Throw the bows on him.
The best
Yeah.
rant ever. Amazing metaphors, beautiful, love it, perfect, amazing, relatable. Love you. Your language
Yeah.
is roller coaster
Appreciate
of
Appreciate
lyrical
you.
majesty.
Thank y'all.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, so we was gonna keep on rolling around because I mean we all just hanging out. It's Friday night. We ain't got much place to go. If you do, we'll see you later. If not, we have Maddie who actually would like to do an encore poem as well. So if you could unmute
Hold up,
yourself.
I gotta find. I'm looking for it. I gotta find it. If you could
All
give me
right.
a hot minute, and let somebody else go first.
Okay. I could read something. You guys want to hear something from me? Yes. All right.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, you know what? My mom's here. I'm gonna read the poem I wrote for my mom.
Aw, I love it.
All right. Here you go. Let me drink some water. I got caught in my. Yeah, the background just refreshed me. Thank you, background. I've wanted to write a poem for someone special to show them how much they mean to me, but it seems to be nearly impossible to encapsulate 38 years of unconditional love. How do I thank her for the gift of life? The chicken soup when I was sick, all the time she held me tight, each time she gave me encouragement. How could I capture it with words? I profess it through the song of birds. Beautiful, soothing sounds from nature, the nurturing care of poetic nomenclature. I asked the creator for the verbs to use. They responded, there's too many to choose. Pondering on how to show my gratitude, searching my heart for the emotions to include. Oceans of memories wash over my soul, writing the perfect poem, my goal, but how? There's no language to use. I gave it my all, so I simply let loose. 4 magic words. Mom, I love you.
Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. It was
We
beautiful.
love you,
I
Mama.
love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. I've had so much fun tonight. This is great.
This is what
Thank
we do
you.
every Friday, Mom. So, if you're just
Yeah,
chilling, you want to
I'm
hear some.
in. I'm in. No, I'm in. I'm in.
And you say, I know you could write. You're writing a story. I know you could write. I've
You're
heard
right.
you.
I am writing right now, so yeah.
Okay, well, write us up a poem. We would love to hear it. I'd love to hear a sun poem. We could hear so many mother poems all the time on these open mics and stuff, but I've never heard
A
someone.
sun.
Yeah, a
Okay.
sun poem. How many sun poems have you guys heard? Not the soul, the sun, like the sun. Like how
No,
many sun
sun.
poems? Your male
Okay.
spawn.
There
We,
you go.
if you could write me a sun poem, I'd really appreciate that, Mom. All right, so we're
Okay.
we're gonna keep things rolling out. Maddie, you found that poem? Okay, but unmute yourself and let it rip. We love.
I love you guys. Y'all, I was debating between reading a poem of about me, about like I've got enough of those. We're coming up on 6 months of when we lost our little brother-in-law. His name was Pa. He got killed by his friend. He was 19. Grew up in Sodus, New York, broke, fucked up childhood, never got to grow up. So I wrote this for my family. It's my partner's little brother. My partner's little brother was killed last Friday, and I can't stop thinking about sandboxes. Right now, the little ones are playing on the swings, falling off monkey bars and landing soft on the grass. Meanwhile, the grown-ups are talking about how to bury a boy without a birthday cake. Pa was 19 years old, and just yesterday he learned how to ride a bike. He still loved blowing out candles, watching cartoons on Sunday. When do we lose the child? What has the power to take such small hands and brand them other than the city that birthed him and called him home for dinner? A newspaper that will not say his name or show his face. What betrayal. Pa's killer was a teenager too. And WROC 8 and damn near every single news outlet said the same thing, got the story backwards like this. They said on September 16th, state police charged a 17-year-old boy with second-degree murder for stabbing a 19-year-old man. And he was rushed to Strong Memorial, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. And Pa was 19 years old, and he did not die calling out for the bottle or the pipe or screaming. He was not grown. He was a child pleading for a chance to stay on the mic past the music, and we all knew the rest of his set was going to get a Grammy. And Pa would have forgiven the DJ. What other than a knife can empty out a scrapbook full of loose teeth and report cards and Nintendo and not yet tattoo hope to bees and give a child their first sip, open their throat and drown them in hard liquor till the regret makes the belly quit and crawl across the kitchen floor calling out for his mother. A dead boy gets to be called a man for the first time today, and now it can never be a compliment. I guarantee you, he let us buy him Tonka trucks and blue plastic shovels and weld safety wheels back onto his bike for the rest of his life if he could live it. Eulogy keeps the dead hostage in our veins until we can relinquish the guilt. So we stop white knuckling the knife like we're the ones who held it. All grief is circular and bleeding. It will not clot until we remember their joy. It will hematoma and hold it unrestrained off the ground. like you would carry a tired child from car seat to bed. Hold the child instead. We have to make ourselves look at the photos someday. All the murdered boys who get to become men only in the ground are still the spitting image of damn near everyone in their family tree who fed them. We are all going to be in SOTUS for the first time in 6 years. Pick up the phone and tell someone how Pa's laugh was like a ringtone that called us all home. And I keep thinking about sandboxes and shadow boxing like we aren't gatekeeping boyhood and plea deals for white boys while simultaneously putting an overused, overworked baby blue ribbon around softness and fashioning it to a fucking slip knot for any brown baby boy who must consider himself grown far too early before he grows hair on his chin, like you can only qualify for a feature-length childhood if you weren't born in SOTUS at all. And what age does the knife stop cutting deeper? In what future election does a majority vote have the power to pull the sickening out this privilege, the Jim Crow segregation out of watching poor kids die on TV using mugshots instead of baby pictures for the ones who got killed? When will the ground be too full to take another boy from his future and decide to spit him back up for me? I need my words to uncurl the fingers from the hilt. I need to learn how to curb my speech. Fan the flame until the blood is riot and then revolution. We all go. I need the grief poured into these stages every week like wet cement to fill the earth so she cannot take any more boy bodies and call them men. I'm furious and blind like tantrum in a sandstorm. I'm 26 and still love blowing out candles. We are all children here. If it's true, if death is what makes you. And September 17th was the day Pa became a man, then he only had a few seconds on the mic. A single page storybook and all that was written was love. I won't utter the words again because I only hear them filled with blood, so let me hold the story here in midair. Give me a moment more on the mic before the body hits the ground cold and becomes man. Let me shake the sand out these bloody clothes. Flip this to the clean side. Grass stain. Let goodbye be a page in a bedtime story, speaking softly to a sleepy child who does not want to shut his eyes. The kids are playing outside. They run through the door and their feet make small and forgivable, messy footprints on the linoleum. Big sister holds out her hands to hold the words, and he has so many. He is stumbling to say it right without giggling. Love will not exhume his body and make it dance again. Anger will not melt the blade, but let him be the MC at his own funeral procession. Let's arrive dressed in something living, the colors of a birthday cake, an unopened Christmas present, Easter egg, pause, top 100 most played. Remember him cleanly and soften the earth with forgiveness. Boy, she does not want to hold yet. Let whatever whisper of a wrinkle that was not yet there dissolve. Blowing out candles and not extinguishing house fire. Bedtime story, goodnight moon, where the wild things are, Stella Luna. Turn the blood and remember the words that rose from his chest. Let us cherry pick the memory of the first thing he spoke outside of the sandbox, said in such rust and desperate honesty, the way a child would speak when they have found something buried treasure. Remove the blood from the scene and picture a boy. Bury the anger like secret treasure with me, just for the end of this poem, so I can feel something else. Have put it somewhere safe so you can find it when I'm done. Let the child run into his mother's arms. Let us all take a single moment to stand as yellow police tape around a tragedy to protect love from all the lights and questions and news that do not ask things like, how did he laugh? Who did he call when he was ready to go home from the party? Where did he bury his favorite memories? Let us give the boy a burial inside of childhood, regardless of height, and next to apology, I'm sorry, next to the sandbox with all the toys, a buried treasure. Boy, for one moment, please let me babysit a paper cut. Let this be only a scraped knee. Let me pick you up and hold you without justifying the size of the casket.
Damn, girl. I've lost a lot of my friends, yo. Young age, I'm still losing them. And that shit right there. Whew. Yeah, if any of you other poets want to unmute yourself and give it up for Mattie for that one, like,
Oh my God, Mattie.
Thank you.
Yeah, mind
Thank
blown.
you.
Really.
You beautiful soul.
Thanks,
That was so intense.
This is him.
we love you,
He's a
bro.
beautiful young man.
Hey, he's up in heaven with I got good people up there, man. I got angels and stuff. He's around you right now. He just heard you. Every time you recite that poem, that man's soul comes to you.
So
Guaranteed.
many people in this family have almost died after him. His sister has been hospitalized 3 times. They've tried to go after this kid who killed him. People have been arrested. People have been shot at. Like, there is no
Basically just a
amount of
war.
words for like how much loss actually radiates and how much grief actually kills like
From that
an
one
entire family.
situation.
Like, this is one kid. He's the youngest boy in the family, and no one is okay. And 6 months, 6 years, 6 decades, no one, it doesn't get better. He's not my brother. You know, like I don't even know, you know what I mean? Like, so if you know somebody who lost someone, you should check in on them, even if they don't tell you how they're doing. Because they'll want to talk about it. If you ask somebody, how are you doing since you
I've
lost
lost,
a
I've
tell me a
lost a
story
lot of
about
friends, like
tell
a
me something,
lot.
tell me your favorite story. What was your favorite memory? Ask somebody who lost someone, ask them how they're doing, ask them, tell you a story. You'll never get tired of talking about somebody just
Hey,
because they're gone.
Shockie just said she gotta go, so I just want all of us to give a big shout out to Shockie before she rides out. We love you. Thank you for the
Shocky.
feature. It was so
Yes,
dope, yo. Like, ooh.
You're amazing, Shockie. We love you.
And we hope you have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
evening.
Thank you. And sorry, Mattie, to hear about your brother-in-law, but I hope it all gets better. Night, guys.
Good night, Shockie. We love you. All right. Damn. Who wants to go next? Jeff, you missed round 1. So if you could start us off on round, I guess, 3 or 4, wherever we're at now. Just kind of rolling through.
I can't really. I'm not prepared to read anything else more right now. I'm just kind of in
Okay.
listening mode, and I'm just kind of roaming around doing some stuff, trying to get
Okay.
the kids to stay in bed. They don't want to stay in bed, but I would love to read more, but I'll come back another night to read again.
Excellent. All right, cool. We look
Thanks.
forward to that, man. And yeah, we hope you enjoy some more poetry from, looks like we got Propaganda Poet, or Nemo Sum will be next on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no, Magus is still here. Actually, wait.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Magus is leaving? Oh, he's got to run too, he says. Okay. It is you, Nemo.
All
Bet.
right.
All right, buddy.
I'm going to do one of my longer poems, which means it's a short one. Lately, I can't find my words. They used to come so easily that I could choose the perfect ones. I get others' words stuck in my head, songs and slogans, their sing-song simplicity stuck on repeat, saying nothing, over and over, but my own are missing. The other day, my doctor asked if I felt afraid. I tried to explain that I have an urgent need to not be wrong anymore, that I feel unbearable. But he just nodded and we moved along. Abandonment runs in my family. My people don't say goodbye when they leave. And perhaps that's because they don't have the words. So maybe I am afraid. Maybe I don't know what I'll do when the next big wave hits. Maybe I feel like my determination is waning. Maybe I fear that my mind will crack again. And what I say will only serve to send me to a place where my words mean nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. Yo,
Amazing, Nemo, always.
I have to tell you something funny, Nemo. So, we featured you 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, something, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I'm pretty sure Magus was there, right? He's there every Friday.
Yeah.
I was lining up the next features for the next week, and he's like, "Oh man, you should feature Nemo Sum," and I'm like, "Bro, what do you like? You were there. It was 2 weeks ago." It's like, what? I was like, "You must have got some more weed, didn't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, my friend smoked me out." He's like, "I forgot all about it." But Magus loves you so much. So me and my wife now, she just said it now as you like spit that dope ass poem. She's like, "We should feature him." It's like an inside joke now between me and my wife because fucking Magus was so high that, and he was just like, "Oh fuck, I was there, wasn't I?" Dude, I sent him the flyer. I'm like, "Bro, you don't fucking remember this 2 weeks ago?" You crushed it then, dude. And that piece there was fucking amazing too. That was, I love how you said it. It's one of my longer ones, so it's pretty short. So, but it was because I know you like writing the micro triptychs, and those I love those because like you somehow fit like a poem like that into like 3 or 4 fucking just powerful ass bars, dude. And it's amazing. But hearing that longer piece from you, dude, that shit blew my mind, dude. Like so, the rhyme scheme on it, dude. The bars, the quotables, like the metaphors used, like just very impactful, man. And I love what you do, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love this space. And I really want to say hats off to you for being able to create it. That's really cool.
I appreciate that, man.
That's not a talent that a lot of people have. So yeah.
I appreciate that, man. Definitely. All right, so I think next on the list here, yeah, we have who's left. Yeah, man. Oh, we got the whisper poet herself. Welcome again back to Open Minds, Open Mic. Thank you for showing up on your first night. We hope we have something to share with you, maybe some delight, perhaps something you write or wrote or spit down. I don't know. We just want to hear your voice. So if you could
Well,
bless
thank
yourself with
you.
some words, we'd appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna put it down. I have not, Nemo has heard this one. Nemo has heard this one, but I have not read this on a mic before ever. And I'll go ahead and preface in case it's a trigger for somebody. This is about rape. Hidden man creeping along the boundary between shadow and light, looking into the light at all the pretty baubles, evil eyes gleaming in the dark. Does your dick get hard when you see something you like? Does your mouth fill with saliva at the thought of her helpless body? Do your fingers curl into fists with the need to feel the leather in your hands, buckle jingling as you unleash your weapon, the slide of the length of it through the loops and snap as the end flies free? Only a second or two and you have her where you want her. The scent of the leather, the last thing she inhales before you stop her breath with your belt. Your public face so smooth, never betraying the twisted mind behind those calculating eyes. You choke her, stealing her breath. You fuck her. Her womb rends, the cruel, uninvited shove of your worthless cock, tainted seed dripping in time with her tears. You leave. She breathes. And the vicious battery acid in a salted wound, guilt and self-loathing begin. It's my fault I let him on. No, you did not give consent. He took away your ability to say no. Rape. Rapist, he raped you. He robbed you of the ability to realize and recognize that your body belongs to you, and no man has the right to force fuck you into silence. hidden man creeping in the dark. You feel safe wrapped in shadow, licking your fingers in satisfaction, your need to do it all over again growing even as you luxuriate in what you've just done. I see you, Shadow Man. Consider this. What happens when the predator becomes the prey?
Oh, yeah, that was so good. Wow, Whisper.
That happened to a friend of mine. And as you can tell, I was very, very outraged when I heard what had happened in that poem.
All right.
Was the outcome
Thank
of
you for
that.
taking that hatred and turning it into creativity.
Yeah.
This is very
Thank you. Thank you. So how about if I flip the script and do something a little lighthearted?
Oh, we'd love to hear it.
So I write erotic poetry too. So I'm gonna flip this.
Oh yeah.
All right. So this is called Insatiable. I just wrote this. Wake up, bitch. You need to feed me. It's the litany from my task mistress below decks. My crazy ass vagina always wants sex. Morning till night, she commands me, exhorts me, demands me, extorts me. I wake up on fire, muscles taut like a wire. It's a constant urge to mate, not even kidding. 24/7, I can masturbate. My pussy is in charge. I'm chasing down her road. Her pressure overwhelms me. I think she deserves her own damn zip code. She's fucking insatiable in her urge to fuck. And I'm just a passenger on her Mad Max horny truck.
Ooh, love it. That was so
That was
good.
good. That's so
You're
good.
incredible. Love
Thank
it.
you guys so much. This is fun. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. You got another one for us?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, I keep spitting it until you tell me to hush.
All right,
All
cool,
right.
man. Cause we all just chilling. I think we got a few more people. We'll loop around here in a second, but we could hear another one or two.
So this one was in response to somebody DMing me inappropriately in a social space. It's called Just Because It's Pretty Doesn't Mean It Doesn't Bite. A visitor to the garden, entranced by colors bright, reached out to touch a flower, overcome with a voyeur's delight. Unwittingly, he acted. Inadvisably, he touched. The lovely flower shivered. What happened next? Oh, not so very much. Woe betide the visitor. He let passion prompt the act. He touched a hidden carnivore, a Venus flytrap to be exact. It shivered again and shifted to open up its maw. The lovely flower ate him from his toupee to his balls. So heed me now, dear voyeur. Let your eyes enjoy the feast. Touch not the pretty flowers, because the pretty hides a beast.
So dope. So good. Oh.
So too. Love it.
Yeah.
Welcome to Open Minds. We really hope you come back here every Friday. We'd
Thank
love
you
to
so
hear so
much.
much more from you. Yes, that's just awesome. So let's see. We're going around a round robin list here. I'm trying to see who's still here. It looks like it's CP Maze. Yeah, spit a little science on us, man. Hey, go back 3 years. I want to hear something from 2020.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, ride with me. It's probably about 4 or 5 minutes. It's for I was the poetry writer for this magazine, this arts and culture and fashion magazine called Four, F-O-U-R. And the dope thing about them was they would give me free reign to write whatever I wanted to write, which is pretty dope. and they would send me pictures of photo shoots and like on top of like Japan, Tokyo, and London, and I would just have to pick something to write. So this is what I wrote for one of them. I just went surreal, like the surrealist kind of thing. Eardrum echoes, last dance kisses, and goosebump breath. Your solar scented skin slips and slides across should've, would've beens like back flipping fingers, all fickle flick, and I dare you to find me or forget me again. I'm not here, but then again, you've never been all there. So tell me a smooth lie I could curl up with in the corners of your mouth. Swing at every insecurity hurled and fastballed and projected toward you, for you've never been the one to play games, but you're damn good at walling up wallow and winning anyways. That's why Curtin calls voicemail miracles in your name. Our imaginations hump dayed themselves into the backwash of a brunch Sunday. We planted our conversations inside the fields of each other's irises, getting to the bottom of each other's beautiful, squaring up each other's roots, while watering down colorful margaritas with our top shelf self. I lost myself in you. Told heartbeat to tell my inner voice to beat the life out of my eardrum with, and if you don't make it back to me before this night's over, I'll throw caution against the patiently and smell your sweat back to me. I don't know who you were in your past life, but I can tell by the way you shoot me shotgun looks, you killed many of love's maybes with the moon, so what before. You know how there's something special about being in a foreign city that allows you to be a kid again. Your mouth is that foreign city that allows all of my love sick to become a kid again. I stacked and saved up all of my mistakes in past relationships just so I could afford to not make the same mistakes with your skin. If I gave up the fight or flight back to my sober self, sling shoot me down with a whisper and remind me to try again. Golden chairs buckle bathwash. Muted moments scream for our deepest secrets to be heard by anyone but ourselves. Honesty left used silkworm condoms on an I don't understand nightstand with a note that read, thanks for the smooth ride. Sincerely yours, your rocky times. Watercolor brushsicles fell up from the ground. Can I lay by your side and wrap whispers around the symphony of your rib cage? I want to sleep with the lights on in your conscious. Can you see the I'm yours in my hellos? Senses all sheet music when I'm around you. Linen, listen to me. Lay paradise down into the parade of passion, floating waves across vain streets of loneliness. We've both fucked our way across burning bridges before, so this time, learn to shoot me straight and narrow anyways. I want nothing more than to grasp at the God-given ghost haunting your hip bones, but that can only happen if you learn to let go of your past and hold on to me. And by me, I mean now. And by now, I mean love. I don't want to wait for the shallow water to run deep. Oh, swift kick universe, chinning above the treetops. I know your alarm clocks are made out of recycled human beings falling in and out of love, not making a sound. Tis the season of salt shakers, and save your wounds for the thrift stores that were born wanting to live here. We should never try perfecting the double Dutch decker of chessboard checkered front yard lawns. Somewhere, someday soon is gonna fucking explode. Tourist tickle, I miss you. I miss the tender of your skin between your left hand fingers holding mine. I never kissed a guitar riff as smooth as 3 forevers and 2 fuck yeahs crying in the rain. Backwards, forward guitar progressions of fire licks, and I can't read poems, but best believe I studied the crack plastic baby dolls in yours. The sky looks pissed. The raindrops are tossing up their graduation hats into a cloudy horizon of the future's bright, and it's yours. I can smell the limit to your love across the careless truth or dare that's become my name. Have you ever seen a whisper fall in slow motion? Have you ever read a smile that can only be considered a foreign language? Your wrists are out of place caterpillars that crawl across to save me from hitting the road to nowhere again, or hitting the brick wall of your I can't afford to let you in close to me, and that's okay. It really is. It's really the only reason I stayed up so late last night in my prison, stitching together all the dirty laundry we both acquired. I used the tattered, battered bed sheets and bleach-worn hearts ripped from sleeves, and climbed out of the window of why not, let's just stay filthy. I want to run through the fresh cut grass and weed blows and drink lovers spit until liquor stores open up, lewd and crass, sensual and organic, obscene and salacious, Crayola perfect silence, a Jesus drink special you've become. We both laugh like hip bones, like hallelujah, like hippie hypocrisy, as we contemplated the silliness of how the word mistletoe sounds like a deadly walk. We pressed the red buttons, answered our cell phones, and spoke smoke signals into the carbon silk of night. These eyes are wondering, why in the hell are your thighs wasting my precious time? Our mortal mouths make angels butterfly envious. Hopping tadpoles dance in our premature ways of skipping away from difficult questions. Let's let the sensitive skin behind our knees determine who pays for dinner tonight. Table taught I would love to go Dutch on a charge card dream and sign the receipt. Whoever in the hell you want me to be. Hand-woven scars, glass slipper, liquid into the impossible of what you are. While of apple martinis make up their minds to prom night themselves into the perfume cologne festival of fingernails and moonshine, too lost to turn back, too much passion to turn down the sheet music. Confession, tomorrow's just 1 second away. Confession, your collarbone's been nominated for a religious doctrine. Confession, your kind of surreal shouldn't be acceptable in any Adam's apple court of law. Unwrap my teeth and allow me to be any light switch in your home. I promise you hugs until fears go down easy. Drive ashtrays through wine bottles until my baby sounds like a good enough rest stop to sleep in. You're a water lily dew aircraft bubble bath across airbags, always betting on right now. You're a stay with me until you're an all I need. You're a let's not parking lot. You're a let's Tokyo drift donuts around halos. Fortunes an overpriced fishbowl prescription with sunflowers for astigmatism. Instead, can we just focus on each other's goddamn I love your natural language tongue? When the distance goes hitchhiking sundown, some heartbeats across cross-country cheekbones, our lives went half on the gas. The epic dawn drove seatbelts across backstroking faith, drove seatbelts across to find any other good reason to doubt this moment. Living Sounds like a pretty good place for us to hang our always scared on. It ain't picture perfect puzzle pieces of skin, just sexual cake batter spoons, hiring any part-time tongue to mop up our floors. Thank y'all for the time.
Dude, your voice is a roller coaster in the absolute best way. It slows down and then it's clicking and you know it's coming and then boom. I mean, it just, wow. And secondly, I feel like I want to take my pen and break it over my knee and stomp off because I'm done. I'm done.
Yo.
From you, I appreciate that, Nemo. Like, yeah, man.
I want to drink some tequila. Like, let's do shots.
Let's get down.
Let's fill up a whiskey flask that has Ginsberg's Howl on it with like holy water and sneak it into a strip club that only men dance in. Let's do some shit like that. Like, let's make it epic.
I'll meet you, dog. I'll meet you there, man. My wife and I are there, bro. Yo, I love this open minds community and CP. I love how I could just be like, hey, read me something for 2020. And then you came out with a dope ass piece that prefaced on it was from a photo shoot.
Yeah, it was like this very avant-garde, futuristic. It was like Paris, Tokyo, London, and New York. It had all these dope models, you know, male models and female models, like black stuff at angles, looking like it came out of something from like a fairy tale. Like it was very high fashion. So I was just like, all of this stuff, like
I think took all of that,
and it just came out like this. I don't know if it made sense, but like it just came out.
Bro,
and it was crazy.
it made perfect sense, and you fucking crushed it, dude. The cadence of it too. I love how Nemo described it as a roller coaster. It's like that click, 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 click. You know, it's coming, and it's like whoa, and then there's the lull too at the end after he like takes you over one of them big sweeps. There's a nice little calm lull for a second before he brings you back up again into another one, like.
Well, and when you actually did the slow motion.
Yeah, when he said that, well, I asked my wife, I was like, this isn't a magazine. I was like, how do you read that?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
I don't know. It
can't
just came
read
when I was
that.
reading.
Like, you need.
I'm gonna have to remember that.
Yeah, you need you to read that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I couldn't read that in a magazine and be as captured and enthralled as I was when you just performed it. Like how, like it'd have to be like a magazine online where you got like a virtual piece. I could watch the video on the report. You know what I mean? It had the imagery, the photo shoot showing up as you're reading the poem. Like, cause I like. Yeah, it was a dope poem. I could probably have read it to myself, but I'm a poet, you know, and I know your style, so I probably would have, you know, somewhat got it. But like, you actually performing it was an experience I don't think anyone could ever reach off of the page, dude. Like,
Got you.
so
word.
Yeah, tonight has been a really dope night, and I've had this thing rolling in my head about like proof of existence. Like, how do we know we're actually all here? And like, you know, because I have just such amazing friends that I've met over the last few months doing these open mics and stuff, and like reaching out to the world, and just so I decided to write a poem off a prompt. Who was this? Sarah? Sarah prompted on us, which was proof of existence. So I wrote this little piece. I don't know if y'all heard this yet. I think Nemo was there when I wrote this. Actually, he might have been there at the workshop when I wrote this one, but yeah. Existing, insisting on this reality, secretly my mentality been pushing past the gravity, twisting bliss into mortality. Proof is not a question, it's the answer, enhancer of morality. Truth is, I'd rather be floating in space zero normality. I stay grounded as a formality. Confounded by sanity, sounds like a man to me. I must insist I exist on several planes. Aim at the one that I feel is the place for my fame. Brain wide open, set aside hoping, knowing is the key that keeps my mind open. Broken and pieced back together. Leather with brass grommets. I'm past all it. Wordsmith that has to vomit in my pocket. Sprockets in my brain churn through every frame like slow motion. The notion of time and space becomes a race once you displace the venom from your face. Let's break it down, if you insist. Existing is a near miss. This place is so rare. I'm glad that you're all here. It's magic. The fabric of space-time melts minds that can't process the nonsense it took to make all this conscience. I promise. Thomas be my name. Aim set to enlighten. Don't be frightened. I'm just reciting this game. Raise the vibration in your brain. Take it with a grain of salt or sand, space or land. I'm just here to lend a hand.
Nice. Love that.
Dude, I love your cadence and your rhythm. It's fantastic.
If you guys don't mind, I'll spit another little one.
Please.
Yeah, you guys want to hear a little from me? All right. I may have read this one recently too, but I really like it. My mom's here, so I gotta spit this one too for her because I was thinking about Florida. I live in central Alberta now, which there's still snow on our ground, and it snowed today. And I'm pretty sure springtime's supposed to be here, but you know how that goes. Yeah, look at my wife's camera there. Yeah, there's still 3 foot piles of snow everywhere. I went to go grab an something from a tree, a baby bird possibly. I don't know. She's like, go check that, an egg. And she wanted a crow egg. Okay, she wanted a crow egg. And I get out of the car and I went to walk towards this tree where the nest looked pretty low. I was like, I could reach in there, right? I took 2 steps and was almost to my waist in snow. Because it was the runoff, right? Like, and it dropped like fast, but it looked flat. You know what I mean? And it was mostly melted off. So I'm like, yeah, like I'm like, I got you, baby, right? Like I took 2 steps and it was like step, and I was like waist high in snow. Like I think I almost just broke my ankle. But yeah, man. So we didn't get a crow. But yeah, I'm gonna spit this about Florida because I miss it. It's called My Place in the Sun. Culturally diverse, merging slang words, wonderfully transverse, urging things heard. This place I hail from is so unique in its ways. I miss the taste of oxtail from around the way, fried chicken from the gas station, a delectable sensation. Temptation lingers, narration sideways from a street singer. Expectation, drinkers, gestation of our ways. Whispers from strippers kept their minds sane. Sunshine all day. Everywhere, every time, in this beautiful place that I call mine, where I used to roam. It's been so long, I miss the palm trees and the summer sun, for South Florida's my true home. So much fun. And memories bleed out into the streets, treats unseen by the tourists from the beach. I miss this place, but I'll always keep a bit of sand in my mind for the rest of time. The place I go to when I dream, deep sleep.
Whoa, that end.
Whoa, Tommy, mom don't have words. Mom don't have words. That is beautiful. Just beautiful.
My mama likes it, I guess it's good.
I know. I love it. I love it. I love you. You're the greatest.
My mom's so cool, by the way, man. I hope y'all all get to meet my mother one day because she's cool people.
I
Yeah,
have
I
to
can't
drop
seem.
out.
I can't
Someone's
seem to
checking
get
on
my
me.
camera on, so I'll work on my camera. For some reason, my camera's not working, so I can't get it on, so you guys can see me. But I'll work on it for next Friday.
Next Friday we'll get to see my mom.
Yeah, maybe next Friday. See me.
What was you gonna say, CP?
Oh, someone's checking in on me because of that friend I lost. So let me let me exit stage right.
Yep. Hey,
Work.
thanks for the fucking poems, bro. Yo, that shit was dope, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We appreciate you. We love you, CP. I'll holla at you later, man. Have a good night, bro.
Nemo, teach me how to do that menage a trois of I think I do it like triplet,
Micro triptych.
Micro triptych.
micro triptych. I think I
Just
do them.
take, yeah, just take 3 poems that you feel like fit together, that flow together, put them in order, read them. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Now, I
what
think I
is
used to
your
do mine
average?
like
Yeah, what
Roman
is your
numeral
average
1.
stand-ups? Yeah, like what is your average word count per line, and then what's your average stanza? Like, 'cause I know.
Well, it depends on how I'm feeling. So, you know, I like to get a real short one in there, and I like to get, you know, maybe 2 mediums. Sometimes I'm feeling a long, but you know, I mean, it really depends on how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, he's so good at Nemo is so good at taking like he could take like 6 lines and like maybe 5 words a line and just put the most impactful, most vivid, visceral imagery in those like few lines. Like each one of his lines is like a fucking gut punch, right? And he crams them all in this one little short fucking piece where it's like you're winded at the end of it. And then he, just to torture us more, fucking links them together in a micro triptych. So as you're still reeling from the first one, he comes in with a whole new fucking piece. It's like, yeah. All right, so it looks like it's just a Whisper, Nemo, my mom, and my wife in here. I'd like to hear another piece from you. I'm sure Whisper would, and my mother would too. And then Whisper, if we can hear one from you after Nemo, that would be amazing. If not, we'll call it a night. But I don't know. I'm feeling good. I want to hear some more poetry from you.
Oh, bother. Hang on a second. I do have something I want to read.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
While you're looking for that, I want to ask my mother a question. Mother?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Hello? I got lagged out big time there. I don't know if you said it.
Well,
Okay.
remember, I'm in South Florida, so.
Well, we're everywhere. Nemo, where you at?
North Carolina.
Sure.
All right.
Whisper Poet, where you at?
I'm about, well, I live like 30 minutes away from Nemo at the moment. I'm in the mountains of North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. My wife and I almost lived there. We lived in Georgia for a while. And we were looking for a place in North Carolina. And then we ended up in central Alberta where it's still pretty cold. Meanwhile, my mom's laughing from South Florida in the sun. But...
I know, we're sweating to death here. It's going to be 90 tomorrow.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to ask you a question, Mother.
Okay.
I know you've only been to like one other open mic. What'd you think of the night? You like the post?
Oh, I enjoyed it very much. I am so full of love. I'm looking, I can't say these words because these words that you guys have inspired me so much. I feel good. I feel like I've experienced something. I'm there, you know. I love it. I mean, I had so much fun tonight. I really thank everyone so much. So much. And you, Tommy, you are so good at this. Yeah, but you know what? I always knew you were good at everything.
It's really not me though. It's the people that come through. You know, I'm just here to say, hey, here's who's reading next. You know.
Right. Yeah, but you do it well. You do it very well. But you do everything well. So, you know, I'm your mom. I'm prejudiced. You know, what can I say?
I have to agree with your mother on this one. You're a very good host, and I don't.
He is.
I mean, yeah,
He
you
is.
do. There's some amazing people, but you bring those amazing people together. I mean, there were like 20, upwards of 25 people in the room tonight, and I swear every one of them was a fire poet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing too, man. That's what I love about open minds. Like, yeah, we may only get like 20 people on a Friday, but it's like everyone's like
Yeah.
just a dope poet, dude. Like, that's Yeah, and
was
I'm so glad that I
amazing.
was able to cultivate that in such a short time too. We haven't even been doing this for a year now. We've been doing it for about 8 months or so now.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
awesome.
And it's
that's
just something
amazing.
I started because I went to one open mic and my wife's like, "Oh, well, why don't you start your own?" And I was like, "All right." And then our first feature was Stacy Dyson, who's
All right.
a laureate winner, you know, so it's just like awesome. And then next we had Prop and then like, you know, the Magus and just we featured Nemo a few weeks ago, Mom. As soon as we find an
Yeah.
AI video to edit the videos for us and upload it, because we're so far
Yeah.
behind on the YouTube channel, it's ridiculous. It's so far
Oh,
now that like we would have to work for like 6 months straight to get them all edited. So we're trying to find a software that'll like edit out all the ums and uhs and
yeah, I
you know
gotta
put
get
the
that
video.
poem you did for me. I don't even have that one. I'd
Oh, the
love
one
to
I
get
read
that.
for you tonight?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one you read for me tonight. I don't even have that one. I'd love to get that.
Well, maybe you just had to
Um,
call me more or
you
something. Show up
recorded
on
this
Fridays and
show,
I'll read it maybe.
all right. What
Maybe I'll have
about
to write another one
you?
for you.
Didn't you record this show?
Yeah, we're being recorded right now. It's still on film right here. I could cut a little part for you.
Yeah, cut it out.
Snip it out and send it to you. We could
There
do that
you
for you.
go. There
Well,
you
I'm gonna
go.
say good night,
Are
but
you?
thank
Do you
you
got one
so
more poem
much.
before you dip out?
Oh, can I
It don't even have to.
resist?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. Twist my arm. Yeah, so I've got a micro triptych of unfinished poems, and one of them
Ooh.
is a poem I wrote the start of here in the workshop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the workshop you do before your show sometimes.
Nice.
Okay. Anxiety likes to use my mother's voice. All positivity crushed under the weight of the catastrophes it says are coming. My movements, my intentions, my hopes, my dreams whispered away. My thoughts are covered in its inky fingerprints, black splotches on the inside of my skull. Anxiety likes to sit on my shoulder and scream in my ear to remind me who is in control. For 20 years, I sat at the stoplight near my home, watching the leaves change and the trees turn into forests of pharmacies, always turning left, blinker clicking on and off, and watching clouds while waiting. Now I go straight through the light in silence, driving home and away from where my heart is. The summer rain smells like concrete, or maybe it's the concrete that smells like rain, and then it stops. There's a sudden chill even in the blistering heat. The silence rumbles till it's roaring. There's fear on the wind, and the green clouds fly diagonally, sped up overhead. Electricity up and down my arms connects me to the energy of the storm as the sky waits for its moment to strike.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
I remember
That was
the last one was the one we worked on at the show.
That's right, yeah.
It was dope,
Yeah.
man. I'm gonna start doing them more. I just been like today we were in town trying to get some groceries before the show. We didn't make it back before 4, and then last week I was running late. Like I'd like doing those workshops before the show. I'll probably do it next Friday. I think
Yeah,
my
cool.
agenda's pretty open for that. So
I
yeah, next
have
Friday we
trouble
got Dark Night of
sometimes
the Blues.
getting on Fridays because I'm with my kids, but I try to
Hey,
come.
if it's
Yeah.
your kids or us, always choose your kids. I'd hope, please. Don't be a
Hey, Nemo,
deadbeat
don't
dad.
leave yet.
Or we can actually, if you did sell them out each Friday, you know, like maybe we'd create better poets in the, you know, there could be. That's where I got my inspiration from was my deadbeat dad. Ask my mom. That fucker was a piece of shit. Like that's how I became good. Maybe if you ignore your kids, we'll get some good poets out of it. But no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I get you.
Yeah. spend time with your kids. And yeah, I love seeing you here every Friday when you can make it, buddy. And like I said, man, you and me are becoming friends, dude. And I really
Oh,
appreciate you
absolutely.
being
No, I
uh,
love it here.
part of my life, man. I really
Yeah.
do. I really
Don't leave
appreciate it.
yet. Don't leave
I'm
yet,
not.
Don't
you
leave
know.
yet.
I'm right
Okay,
here.
Whisper, do you have something for us?
I do. I
Yes.
specifically want, I have two quick things. So I've known Nemo for a while now. I've known him for about 3 years. We know each other in real life, and he's just such an amazing person. And his poetry like makes me cry. Like and so I actually wrote it like a little tribute poem to him. And so I wanted to share that. And this is just called For Nemo. I hear your words begin to flow, your tone so deceptively soft, so measured, so reasonable. How can nuclear destruction cross your lips so gently? Your tender deliverance, sound bites to shred my soul. I weep for your wounds.
Wow.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
Oh, that was
I've read that to you
beautiful.
before. You've heard that before. It's been a while.
I'm not.
It's
That
been
was
a while.
beautiful. Thank
All
you
right.
very much. That was beautiful.
It's still gorgeous. It's amazing.
Thank you. And this one, I will read. This is about when I
Cut
had a
that little piece out of
miscarriage.
the. I got a centerpiece from everything. I'm a.
Okay. This is about when I had a miscarriage. This is called When Death Changed Its Mind. You weren't supposed to be here. I imagine a tall man with a sad expression on his face in the room where your sister or maybe your brother exited my womb in a hot, terrifying rush of blood 7 months ahead of schedule. The sad, tall man stood quietly beside me as he waited for the twin souls to come into his safekeeping. I neither saw nor felt him there, but it's comforting to imagine that someone cradled my unborn child in strong and tender arms, her passing marked by the blood staining the gray fabric-covered chair in that Sheridan conference room. You weren't supposed to be here. I had resigned myself to your loss. I had steeled my mind to hear the news that I already knew. You cannot know the devastation of such loss when your heart sustains a hurt so deep that your very womb cries bloody tears of grief for the loss of the promise of you. And when the miracle was revealed, when I saw you there, still nestled safely in the protective cradle of my body, when it really sank in that there had been two and that there was still one, I said a tearful goodbye to my lost angel, but rejoiced that you remained. I like to imagine that the tall, sad man was surprised and that he smiled as he cradled part of me so gently in his embrace. You weren't supposed to be here, but you are. And every time I see my own eyes reflected back to me, I remember the day that death changed its mind.
I'm assuming that's a true story because you can't
It
make
is.
that up. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that
it's like
happened.
yeah. And you captured it so beautifully. And I'm so glad that you have one of them.
Thank you.
Poem hits so hard in a good, in such a good way, but it's, yeah.
It's very harsh, but at least you got one. You know.
Absolutely. And yeah, that was some real shit.
Yeah. Mom, you're the impromptu poet critic for the night. You're not reading any poetry, but you know, absorbing the arts. How did that poem make you feel as a person?
I reflected back on my own pain. I have had loss. I've had devastating loss. I've had rapes. I've had a very tumultuous life. Is that the right word? Tumultuous.
Tumultuous,
Yeah, tumultuous life.
dramatic and tumultuous, yes.
Yes. But in the end, I'm going to be 70 come May, and I am very grateful for what I have. I have a lot to be blessed for. I have 3 beautiful children and 2 grandchildren, so 5 hearts beat because of me. 5 heart beats because of me.
That's the title of a poem right there.
Oh, is
Right
it?
there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
5 hearts
Yeah.
beat because of
That
me.
poem
Mom, yeah,
needs
you're
to
wondering
be.
about what
All right, I'll
what you
work
bringing
on
next
it.
week?
Okay, I'll
There's
work
your
on it.
writing prompt right there. 5 hearts
Okay.
beat because of me. And actually, Jessica just said her heart beats because of you too. So 6 heartbeats because of me.
That's
And everyone that
good.
loves her and all that. Oh, and we got 6 cats to 12. A dozen hearts beat for me. Go with the or guesstimate who else too. I'm sure Timmy loves you and Katie loves you and Zach and all the rest of your kids.
Zach, I got so many hearts. No, I am a blessed mother. I am a blessed mother. My whole life, that's all I've been, is a mother and a wife, and that's what I am. That's my
Yeah,
whole life.
we love you, Mama.
I
All right,
know
so if Mom's not gonna read nothing and Jessica's not gonna read nothing, I'm gonna read one more little short one, and then Jessica will read our good night poem.
All right.
And this is something that we actually wrote. Nemo reminded me of that writing workshop we had, where he came up with that last triptych and the last micro poem in the triptych that he read. It was the same workshop. I remember writing this guy with you, and so I was like, oh, I'll bring it up because it was fun, man. It was you, me, and Shockie. I think we had a good time. So this is called Umbrella Storm. Look towards the sky. Rain in my eyes, shook chords from high, loud rumble in my mind. My childhood wasn't the best, cold and lone. My manhood light up the rest, fire deadly and old. Destruction reigns supreme. Dreams stuck like the breeze, dysfunction and carnage, darkness is what it seems. Gentlemen they call me, friendly and calming. Falling with velocity, I gently land daring. This revolution keeps spinning. Even when no one is winning, his solution seeps carefree from his lips dancing. A stoic memory drifts from you to me. Gifts only we can see. A heroic soul, sensory overload, dispensary overthrown. Life seems to have us right where we need to go. That was right with the W, by the way. Like, seeing your face is the best feeling you show. Being a team with you is a dream come true. So I'll cut the phone off and just spit it from the soul. I'm glad y'all show up to the show every Friday night, open minds, open mic. My wife has something to recite, just a little poem to tell you that we love you, to tell you good night. You muted.
Thank you, beautiful soul.
I'm just lagging.
Okay, let's try that again. Thank you, beautiful soul, for sharing your heart, for participating in our mission, transmission, and widespread sight. Thank you for visiting Open Minds, Open Mic.
Thank you for a wonderful evening.
Anytime,
Thank you
brother.
so much. Thank you
love
so
you.
much.
Love you, love you, love you.
Good night.
Love you too, Mama. Love you, Nemo. Whisper Poet, come through next Friday. Yo, it was so good meeting you. Welcome to Open
Thank you,
Minds.
brother. Thank you. Peace, love, and blessings, and good night.
Good night.